Here's a question.
If you say something retarded, I'm banning you, and you're not gonna get rolls back in
No,
my Discord. So good luck.
this is for Pixie.
Okay.
Yeah, Pixie. The question is, where do laws come from?
Oh, if we're gonna start doing like, there.
That's
This is
right.
such a
That's right.
complicated. No, I don't believe in Thomas Hobbes bullshit. Okay, like if this is where you're going with that, like I have a very like Rawlsian view of society. I think
Well,
like laws do
you
not
said
come from a
you
place of trying to Sorry.
you said
I don't think.
you said
Yeah,
without laws. You said without laws, you don't think people would just be violent anarchists?
absolutely not. We had
Wow.
we've had societies. I guess you can technically call them social laws, but we didn't really have the same like punishment system
No, but
as we
Pixie,
do now.
we have violent riots with laws. Imagine without.
Okay, I don't think, and this goes back to behavioral psychology, and if you want, like I can go on a full-on rant about this. Laws, even right now are not actually like detrimental to the vast majority of actions, and this is just because of the way like the justice system is set up. It's why people still do drugs, even without it, even
Well,
with like
no.
laws in place. That doesn't mean that.
Who's the Filipino guy who he pretty much eradicated all drugs by killing drug dealers? Forget his name.
I know who you're talking about.
Rudy Giuliani.
Like,
I'm sorry.
yeah, that definitely works, right? The D, his name starts with a D or something.
Like at what cost? At the cost of like countless like innocent lives as well being killed.
Who's an innocent drug dealer? What the fuck?
Do you think all those people killed were actually fucking drug dealers? Like this was on the news
Yep.
multiple times. There were countless people who were, innocent or, affiliated in the sense of like,
Yeah,
that's like their
I don't want
brother
your
or cousin that were
Pixie,
fucking killed.
I
This
don't
was
want I don't want your liberal drug dealer friends giving fentanyl to like people on the
Holy
street. It's
shit!
just
So do you
fucking
think you
weird,
should get
okay?
killed? Oh, okay, this is Zherka. I didn't know who this was even.
I mean,
Okay.
drug dealers get
think
the death penalty is the
No,
question.
do you think, I have an honest question. Do you think that you should get killed because your brother's a drug dealer?
I was a drug dealer, I should have been killed.
Oh my god. Do you think doing drugs is worse than death?
No, it's dealing drugs is
Why
is
do
a
you,
crime. For sure.
okay. You understand that like this regimen was not just people dealing drugs, it was anyone associated with that. So that means buying as well.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay, so do you think people who buy drugs should be killed?
Yeah, absolutely.
Why?
I mean, they're degenerating society, right?
Okay, how are they degenerating society?
Because there's no such thing as someone who just does drugs. They always sell to a buddy or share with someone. You know, they're a virus.
Okay.
It's like have you
So
ever met have you ever
get killed?
Pixie, have you ever met a cokehead? Cocaine is so expensive, but they'll always share because misery loves company. They won't do it alone. They like to spread that virus. You know what I mean?
Zherka, do you think your good friend Destiny should be killed?
Bite the bullet, Zherka.
Well, I want to do it. I want to do it politely. I think that Steven, he would be like the flood, and I'm the covenant, right? Like, I don't want to do it, but in this new system, it's for the greater good. But in this system, I would also be
What
killed.
good are you bringing by You're saying he's degenerate, but you don't think he's contributed more to society than just occasionally like taking shrooms? Like you think that's enough to take away all the good Steven has done for society?
What
Well,
about
no, I don't think. I don't think.
mistake?
No, I don't think. I don't think. I don't think it's logical in that sense. I think it's logical in the sense that you can't escape the law, as in don't fuck around. The message you send, right? The message you send, that's what we would be looking for. Obviously, we know Steven, helps people out and shit. But again, the message we'd sent by saying even Steven, that's
So
what
the
we
message we send is that we prefer people not taking. We think that your life.
Pixie,
is
you can't beat the
useless if you take
stats.
drugs.
Go to Philippines today. There's like no drugs. It worked.
I don't. First
It
of all,
fucking
I don't-
worked. Your liberal
There's a
shit is
massive
murdering
amount of
people.
violence in the
People are
Philippines. Holy
killing
shit.
themselves with your
Philippines
liberal
is actually,
shit.
like, a tyrannical rule. Like holy fuck! If you want to live in a dictatorship, Zherka, go for it. Have fun with
if
your
it-
like. Holy
Anakin
shit.
Anakin once said,
I'm
if
sorry,
it
I'm
worked.
an American American. I believe in freedom.
Do you
like,
know
I'm
who-
sorry you
do-
hate freedom that much.
Well, hold
You're
on, not
crazy.
too much.
do you know-
Wait,
do you know
not
who
too much, not
Anakin-
the freedom to make deep
Oh
fakes.
my God,
Careful.
don't get into this.
Not too much freedom.
Pxie, you know who Anakin Skywalker is?
Maybe.
He said, "If it works."
Did
Right?
they say that?
Okay. Are
Yeah.
you memeing? I can't tell if you're memeing
No, I'm
with me right
listen.
now.
I'm not memeing, but you did dodge the question where laws come from because you know you
No,
lost.
no,
You
what
know
I
you
know-
lost. You lost.
Holy
You lost.
shit.
You know you lost.
Zherka. Okay, Zherka, I have a question.
Can you just answer it so people know what I'm talking about?
Laws come from society.
Oh
from
my
working
fucking god!
together.
And so you stuttered earlier because you know the
Because I
answer,
didn't know
but
who
you
I was
won't give
talking
it
to. I thought you
because
did somebody
you want to
else,
look,
honestly.
Pxie. You want to look smart so bad.
No, this has
you didn't
nothing
answer.
with looking smart. This has to
It's
do with
not
the
like
fact
I'll
that you
claim
should take
victory.
a basic history course. Like literally, why don't you Google for a second before you start talking shit?
So
'Cause, like,
okay, where
this
does
whole
morality
idea
come from?
that-
Where does morality come
Morality
from?
comes from. Okay, I think morality comes from society.
Yikes!
What do you mean, fucking yikes? Are you gonna
Because
say
you
some
don't.
stupid shit
I
like the
can hear in
Bible?
your tone. I can hear in your tone of voice.
You're
You
not-
know the
I have
answer,
a question.
and you know you can.
What's the answer? What's the answer? Tell me. Tell me
You
what
just
the answer
answered
is.
it. You just answered it.
What? The society?
No, the Bible, of course. What the
You
fuck?
think the Bible? Do you not think? Oh my god! I just.
They were
can't.
fucking
I'm gonna
Pxie.
calm down
Use
because this is
Pxie.
crazy.
Use
Holy
Pxie.
shit! So do you
Pxie.
think?
Hold on. Hold
do you
on.
Think,
Use-
no. I need to.
okay.
Zherka, listen to me. Zherka, I'm gonna watch.
You're
you
not
do this.
answering
I'm gonna
them
try to work
because
this-
you're
Zherka, I'll
debating in
answer
bad
everything you
faith.
want.
You know
I'll
you're
answer-
debating in bad
I'm
faith.
not
That's why
trying
you
to debate in
stuttered.
bad faith. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to debate
Because
in bad faith.
you know how
I'm
Stephen
going
would
to
have
try
answered.
to walk you through
You know how Stephen would have answered it. Yeah, we get them from the Bible, but we can update them. That's what you should have said. But you don't want
You
to.
think
You don't.
laws come from the Bible?
That's I would have to think a lot about that. That's a complicated question.
Like there were societies with laws way before the Bible.
No,
Take
before.
Athens as
Excuse
an
me.
example
Excuse
of
me.
Greece.
Before the Bible, they were eating fucking people in colosseums and torturing them.
You don't
Okay,
think
with
that
fucking
people
lions.
are torturing others in the Bible?
No,
Like,
the Bible has brought
have you read the Bible?
the Bible has brought
Zherka,
the
have you read
greatest.
the Bible?
Absolutely. This is what I do.
Okay.
The Bible is the book. Let's just call it the first
I don't
book.
know if I believe you. But
The greatest American society that's ever been produced was the 1950s Christian society. Not this whatever we're in right now, this rape culture. 1950s, there was barely any rape. Yeah, argue that. Argue that. Yeah.
I will
Argue that with your fucking
You know-
what you guys doing Molly,
I have a real question.
doing
No, I have a-
Molly
I have
in
a
grade
real question.
5, in grade 5
Zherka.
doing Molly.
Zherka, I have a real question.
Yeah.
Do you not believe in marital rape?
No, I do.
You do. Okay. You know that wasn't legal until the 70s, right? So that's like a whole
Yeah, but
classification
you're
of
still
rape that
wrong.
people felt
But
doing.
But you're still wrong because percentage-wise, I'm still winning the argument by a lot. That's still
Zherka,
tiny. That's a
you winning
tiny.
the argument is
No.
you
Think about what
stating
you just said. You're
laws
comparing.
come from the
You're
Bible,
comparing.
which
You're
I just
comparing.
objectively proved isn't true. There were laws before the Bible.
No,
You saying
no.
the 1950s was the best without any evidence whatsoever. You feel like it's the best because you buy into the fucking 50s propaganda. Like, holy shit.
No, I don't. It's because.
Yes, you're not.
No. That's not
Okay,
why.
okay.
It's because if you watch a movie from the 1950s, people don't sound mentally ill like they do on TikTok.
Holy shit. Okay.
Yeah,
first of all,
TikTok
have
is
you heard of
mental
the streetcar
illness,
named
okay?
Desire?
Even smart
sure.
people are
Have
mentally
you heard
ill
of a
now. It's,
streetcar named Desire?
no, but hold on. Before I forget.
Have you read about the history of insane?
Hold on, no, Pxie. Before I forget, you tried to compare marital rape, the tiniest fucking percentage, to the fucking Me Too movement. To the fucking Me Too movement. Are you out of your
I
fucking
wasn't
mind
comparing it
with
to
this
the
fucking
Me Too
retard
movement.
secular shit?
Are you crazy? I didn't. First of all, I didn't. I was trying to give an example of like, oh, rape didn't happen in the 1950s, and I'm like, well, no, like there was this problem that nobody was addressing.
All right, how about this?
until the 70s.
I'm not
But
memeing.
anyways,
I'm not
you know
memeing
the
right now.
streetcar named-
All the
okay, let's be
Pxie,
serious.
all of.
Do you know
Pxie,
about?
I'm not
streetcar
memeing
named
right now.
Desire? Just answer the question.
I will.
Zherka. Yes
I'm
or
here.
no?
I'm here.
Answer that question.
What's
Do you
the
know about
question?
a streetcar named Desire.
I don't.
Okay. You're trolling me. You're fucking trolling
I'm not.
me.
I'm
You
not.
have to be
I'm not.
trolling me.
Is this
You
like
have-
a? What is
This
it?
is
What
like
is it,
one of the
Pxie?
most iconic books / movies of that time period that literally deals with
I'm not a
mental
time
illness.
traveler. I'm not a time
It's not
traveler.
about time traveling. This is about basic history,
Okay, but
Zherka.
hold on. Are you actually saying the TikTok
You can
kids?
say
You're saying You're saying the TikTok kids of today sound perfectly sound like kids in the 1950s?
dude,
Are you out of your fucking mind? You can't even say that with a straight face.
no, I just think.
Hey, why don't you
Oh my
watch?
God.
Why don't you watch watch a regular TV show and compare it to like Twilight Zone and see how different people were in their 20s? All mental illness comes from the 1960s sexual revolution from your guys, and that's when you hippies were cool. When you guys started with fucking crack and heroin, and you guys used to be smarter. Now you guys don't even know if you're like identify as a fucking a tree or something, and it's like, dude, you guys started with crack and heroin, and somehow got worse. You guys used to be smarter in the fucking 60s and 70s, but now it's like what? Just weed, and you're dumber with weed than fucking heroin. So I don't even get it. Like,
Zherka, I'm not gonna lie. There's just I feel like I'm
see,
not
focus on signs and symbols rule the world. The peace symbol is an
Zherka.
upside. No, not focus. The peace symbol is an upside down cross that's snapped in half because you guys wanted to pull society away from the church. You got what you wanted. Now, with your highest purchasing power, blah, 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 the highest anxiety and depression and suicide rate, you got what you wanted with your fucking retard society. The only people winning in this fucking retard society is Steven and me, fucking all the bitches. For 99% of the fucking liberals can't even get any girls. It's like, Pxie, you won. You got the society you wanted, and now you hate your life. You and your friends hate your lives. Yeah, go ahead.
I don't hate. Okay,
You do hate your life. That's why you're on here trying to
life.
change society every day. You're trying
What
to
do you
change.
mean? I'm trying to change society because I know there's fucking people in poverty and I want to help them. That's what.
No, give them the holy book.
To be.
Give them the book. Don't help them.
Okay, I just want to make it really clear. So you think our society was perfect in the 50s and started getting horrible in the 60s?
When you can fine a woman $10,000 for showing skin on the beach, there's a reason why for thousands of years men have suppressed female sexuality. It's because it actually destroys lives.
Zherka.
It destroys lives.
No, Zherka,
when you
Zherka,
let your
Zherka,
girl
okay, shut up,
go in a
Zherka, we
bikini and a
gotta
G-string at the
we
beach,
gotta
and
shit,
Zherka
okay.
can fucking say, "Hey, what up, girl?" You think
Zherka,
anyone in this chat wants Zherka to say, "Hey, what up, girl?" to their girl at the beach?
Focus.
Yeah, go ahead.
Zherka, focus. Okay, I'm asking you this generally. I've heard that, like, I don't know what your character is. I don't know if it's real or not.
Character.
I'm asking,
Character.
let me ask you for reals.
Here's how you know it's not a character. Pxie, here's how. Let me. Hold on, you attacked me.
Are we in fucking kindergarten?
All right, go ahead. I'll write it down.
Shutting up for. Okay, thank you. Have you read about any societies, like, you know, their history, anything outside of like basically the 50s United States, or is this all coming from just like movies that you've watched?
No, not movies. I've read over. I'm doing a documentary right now. I've read over 600 books of Masonic. I'm telling you, Steven, you think I'm lying. Wait till you see it. I have proof and everything.
Oh, sure.
But I've read over 600 books, okay, in the last couple of years. And mostly it's Masonic literature. And Masonic literature, like Kabbalion and Hermetic practices, what they talk about is how everything is sound, vibrations, and light. And basically that there's a bunch of principles that they found out in thousands of years ago, that everything has polarity, that hot and cold are the same thing, just different degrees, that the waves coming in and out, that's rhythm. Everything has rhythm. They also talk about the principle of cause and effect. And one of the biggest principles is the principle of gender. And this was written thousands of years ago during the fucking Egypt. And they said 2 blades of fucking grass will have genders when viewed. Hold on, man. Hold on. They say, hold on.
To the Bible?
Hold on.
I don't understand. But
because you just said the Bible, you said the Bible's not the authority you're looking for. So I'll beat you with a different argument. I'll beat you with, no, hold on. Yeah, I'm not saying,
well, then
no, I don't buy into this fucking.
If the Bible is a fucking truth, then convince me
Holy
with the
shit,
Bible.
man! Is this what you do when you're losing? I can never finish.
I'm not trying to like do anything. I'm asking.
Okay,
you,
I'm just gonna
hey,
ask
if this
you.
is
I'm
the
gonna
holy
ask you.
truth, show me
Okay.
the holy truth, Zherka.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you. These guys like Plato, right? We study Plato. We don't study Jordan Peterson. We study Plato. We study those fucking geniuses. You're telling me Plato says one of the biggest universal truths besides polarity, rhythm, whatever. Besides those, it's gender. And they say that there's a masculine and feminine in literally everything. Even if me and Destiny have an argument,
Another lie?
if Destiny's talking
Wait,
about
what?
StarCraft,
Why?
he's actually in the he is the masculine because he'll know more about like retard shit, and or whatever. If we're talking about fighting, or we're talking about anything physical, but so you're telling me you liberals disagree with Plato and every Gnostic's view on gender? You guys are smarter than Plato. Is that what you're telling me?
I
Why
don't
don't you
think-
answer it seriously? No, answer it
Listen,
seriously.
hey, no,
you
Zherka.
liberals understand gender better than Plato.
we don't
'Cause
even
don't study
concept-
Wait, you
people.
gotta
They're
wait,
fucking
Zherka,
people.
Zherka. Let her respond. Jesus. Go.
Okay, Zherka. We don't. First of all, we don't even conceptualize intelligence the same way. So I don't know how we're gonna fucking do this.
Hold on, Pxie, what are you're
I'm
not even
gonna tell
answering
you,
it.
Hey, yo, let me finish. Let me fucking finish. I studied philosophy, and I can tell you, like, for a fact, Plato had a lot of good shit. That doesn't mean he was accurate on absolutely fucking everything. Just
No,
like
no, that's not what I'm saying.
Just like
That's not
any
what I'm saying.
philosopher. No, because what you're saying, you're
I didn't
using
say
arguments of
everything.
authority. You're saying you think you're smarter than Plato.
No,
about
I'm
gender
not
or
saying
whatever.
Plato. Listen to what I said. I said literally every single philosopher of all time, even Carl Jung and the progressive Freuds that said, hey, homosexuality is fine and stuff, even they agreed that gender is everything. So it's like
But they
even
have
your
di- they
guys.
have different-
Now hold on.
No,
Hold
whoa,
on.
whoa,
You're
whoa,
telling
whoa,
me,
whoa,
Pixie, you're telling me Plato, the dude that looked at a fucking chair and said, what is a chair? Is a bar stool a chair? Is a sofa a chair? Is the beanbag a chair? They're all chairs, but does it have 4 legs? Does it have 1? What is a chair? Why do all these types of chairs adhere to this concept of a chair that's in all of our psyche? That means there's a perfect form of chair somewhere, proving in that
Okay,
there's
so
a.
you believe in perfect
Hold on.
forms.
So you telling me
I-
that guy who looked at a fucking chair and figured out truths about afterlife? You telling me he's wrong about gender and the blue-haired SJW is right?
He's wrong about the
Get
theory
the
of
fuck
perfect
out of
forms.
that's
Shut
a
the fuck
weird.
up, Zherka. Have you read anything about beyond that or other theories of forms? Have you read anything about anything like
Doesn't
that?
matter. I'm saying-
yes, it does
okay,
matter because
okay,
Zherka,
answer me
hey,
this,
listen,
answer me
listen,
this.
Listen, Zherka. No. It's my time to ask a question.
Yeah, we
okay?
get it. You study philosophy, bro.
Listen. Okay, yeah. Let me ask you a question.
I'm not here to talk about forms. I'm
Well,
here to
then why
win.
did you ask about forms if you're not ready to
No,
talk
no,
about that? You brought
that's
it up.
not-
Now you're going to deal with it.
I'm not
Listen.
talking about forms. I'm
Okay,
saying that
I
he
have a
doesn't
question.
believe in
I have a
gender.
question. I have a question. Okay. We can say there is some sort of metaphysical perfect form of a chair, right? And that's why we can recognize different chairs. Or we can say different chairs have similar properties, right? That we can divide or add into our mind that makes some sort of form of chair. Do you understand the difference between these two? That there
Yeah.
might not be a perfect form of a chair. That it
Okay,
might just
here.
be
You're missing the point, Pixie. Every single genius, whether Schopenhauer, whatever, all geniuses throughout history all agreed on one thing, that no matter how much a woman tries, she will always be in an infant mindset.
Okay,
You're gonna disagree
You're
gonna disagree with every single fucking genius in history because of some fucking gender arts teacher.
Genius.
Hold on. You're gonna disagree with every single philosopher of all time. You're gonna disagree with every single philosopher of all time.
Zherka, you obviously haven't studied shit about philosophy if you think every single philosopher of all time thinks that. Like, Jesus Christ.
Okay, name one.
I can't do this anymore.
Name one that didn't say a woman is inferior and an infant-like mindset. They can never leave the infant-like mindset. That's why you can't even debate.
David Parfit is a modern philosopher that is very well
never
known
heard
for
of
his
him.
works in ethics. Obviously, you haven't heard of him.
Yeah,
The
I
only
said
shit that you hear
Schopenhauer.
about
Yo,
is
give
what
me
other
power
people
level.
say.
You gotta match the power level. If I say Schopenhauer and the
my
will of the
God.
universe, you gotta go give me the same power level. Give me
What the
Foucault.
fuck
Give me
are
the
you
pedo.
even
Give me
saying?
something.
You're literally what you're doing.
Who is that? Who is that?
Is that
Does
you've
Destiny
been
know him?
spoon-fed.
I bet
You've
Destiny doesn't
been-
even know your guy.
You have literally been spoon-fed, right? Random, philosophers
But hold on,
from the
Pxie.
fucking past, and you're
Why?
just repeating them. You're not.
No,
even
I'm
trying-
not. Pxie,
No,
it makes
yes,
sense.
you
No, hold on,
are.
Pxie.
That's the problem.
Pxie, it makes literal. It's perfect.
I'm gonna get a
Hold on,
I
hold on.
can't.
It
I honestly
You
really,
can't
yes.
because you're
You know
an
what, Zherka?
infant-like
You're right.
mindset.
Yes, I am
There it
such
is.
an infant-like mindset. You got me there.
Because
You
check this out,
really,
Pxie.
really, really
The difference from you and all the men in chat is that women live in this world where a dude can just randomly DM them and actually change their lives forever. So they
You've
cannot.
changed my life forever.
No,
Zherka.
I'm not
Honestly,
saying it happened.
This
I'm saying
conversation
because
has
you
exploded
have
my
the
mind.
because
Thank
you
for
have the
showing me how I'm an infant.
No,
I
because
literally, without
okay.
that, I would have been.
Because
ashamed. You changed my life right now. Honestly,
because women have the possibility of their lives changed by another dude. Let's call it the dick lottery.
You've changed my life. You don't have to keep trying to convince me. You changed my life. Can we focus on the other conversation?
I'm just saying you guys live in a fantasy world.
No, you're right. I am in a complete fantasy world. Thank you for showing me the truth.
Okay, what's your question? Fuck it. We don't do my questions. What's yours? Go ahead.
No. I just wanted
yours
to
is better.
talk about the. No, it's okay, Zherka. You've changed my
No.
life.
I actually stopped with Play-Doh. I'm switching to Vosh. You're right. I switched to
thankful.
Vosh and the horses, not Play-Doh.
Vosh, what about Vosh and the horses?
I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop with the Play-Doh shit and the demiurge and stuff. I'm gonna stick to Vosh and the guys you want me to listen to, right?
I don't listen to Vosh. I don't listen to almost like any streamer.
So give me a philosopher.
Give you a philosopher?
Yeah, give me someone Huh? No, someone famous. Someone like big name.
Someone famous? I mean, I like Socrates a lot, but I don't think.
Bro, didn't he talk about a play, like a funny comedic play that like women are in politics?
What?
Like he's a sexist. Like how can you choose a?
Well, what is it? What we take from philosophers is not every single fucking thing that they said. Okay, they don't get everything completely right. We take the best parts of them. So I really like how Socrates, like the Socratic method. I really like asking questions to try to figure out the truth, and going from there. I don't think you have to treat people like the Word of God, just because they were philosophers.
Remember in a nice Christian society when people weren't walking around with nipple pasties?
You're
isn't
so
it funny how imagine
so right.
imagine being hold on.
I'm so sorry, Zherka. I cannot be the Christian wife you want me to be. I'm going to try so hard.
Dude,
I'm going to start going to the church.
Pxie, I'm not saying that it's my.
Wait, if my Steam is this, it's too low for this, but why is it that when I put it in this, it doesn't produce power? Is it too high for this?
Imagine all the children growing up in the pasty age where everyone's nude everywhere and it's on Twitter feed, Instagram. They can't run. Imagine these kids. Imagine being a child and you're just seeing fucking people with pasties on the street. Like your side is.
Is there a way to change
pedophiles.
the temperature of my Steam in the storage tank? That seems so fucking
like
stupid.
Literally, not figuratively. You know, every single lib is a pedo by potential. You know what I mean by that? Like Pxie,
Zherka, how do you feel about the Catholic
where do you get your morals from, right? Where do you get your morals from? You just figure it out?
I really have do you feel similarly about the church, Zherka? Because I've heard some pretty nasty things about like pedophiles in the church and nobody doing anything about them.
Yeah, but those aren't Catholics, those are Jesuits. Why don't you Google the difference? They have a different
I mean, even what Protestant churches have this problem too.
Yeah, but like, Protestants are gay already.
So what church do you follow?
I follow Christ. What the fuck? What?
Yeah, but like there's
I go to church.
Different you don't go to church?
Fuck no, I don't go to church. I'm like the worst.
Going to church.
Pxie.
How can you say you love the Bible if you don't go to fucking church? That's one of the main tenets. Like there's like Jesus talks about going to fucking church, and you're not going to church.
Yeah,
you're not being a very good Christian right now, Zherka.
I don't think anyone thinks I'm like a good Christian. And number two, Jesus turns down the
Zherka, why are you talking about the Word of God if you're not even following the Word of God?
Well, I mean,
are you trying to tempt me into temptation instead? Are you the devil?
No. My argument is even before I was on the Jesus gang, even when I was an atheist, I always admit Christian societies are the best. I wasn't in denial like you. Even when I was a hardcore atheist with my
wait, if you believe Christian societies are the best, why aren't you following the word of Jesus? Be a better Christian.
Well, compared to, I used to be a psychopath. I think I've done great to reform. I used to
Okay,
be like
but you're
Ted
obviously
Bundy.
not there yet.
Well, you struggle
Wait,
with
if you
faith. You
used
never
to,
get
if
there. You're
wait,
not going to be perfect. What do you think? You think I'll actually turn the other cheek if someone slaps me? I think I'll fucking kill in a video. I
you
would.
don't have to be perfect, Zerka, but I think going to church once a week is
No,
probably feasible, no?
no, I actually think that as long as you're like relatively conservative, you'll go to heaven, right? Because even if you're doing dumb shit, you're not spreading it like a virus. You know what I mean? Like Destiny
I
doesn't really
mean,
spread that much, but the liberal women need to infect everyone. Destiny says, I got an open relationship, but it's hard. It's for me. It's not for you guys. You guys, you women, you want to spread it everywhere and shove it down people's throats. And you know what's the best?
Zerka, I have
You
a
know what's the best?
question.
You know why this is like
Zerka, can I
Dante's.
ask a question?
This is
Can I please
yeah.
ask
Go
a
ahead.
question? Okay, so you say the women want to spray it down throats and stuff, but
Women
I
globally
wait.
are more
Let me finish my
liberal.
sentence.
Yes,
Let me finish my sentence. But isn't like red pill ideology all about how to get to like fuck more bitches?
I
Like
was
that's
red pill Christian. What the fuck? I was red pill Christian at all. What
okay.
are you talking about?
So you don't okay.
Red
You don't
pill's
agree
fucking
with the red pill
retard shit.
shit.
Red pill's
Oh, okay,
retard shit.
cool.
What the
Okay,
fuck?
just wanted to
Red
make
pill is
sure.
for fucking ugly people who can't get pussy.
Okay, so you think that's
What
the
do you?
stuff
Hold on,
that
hold on.
Sneeko-
Have you ever respected a 40-year-old dude like your 40-year-old divorced uncle that's got bitches? Nobody respects that guy. We respect the nice Christian guy who's got to like fucking got their shit together. No one actually respects red pill. That's not a real thing.
You should talk to Sneeko about that because I don't think he
Will.
agrees with you, and I think you're making good points, honestly.
Yeah, no, I'm surprised you guys couldn't. I mean, like he was like beating you guys by saying fucking
Totally,
bitches is
sure.
good. Fucking
Yeah,
bitches is.
totally.
Here's the
Yeah.
truth
Okay.
about fucking bitches. Here's the truth.
Anyways,
Anyone who says they're fucking a lot of bitches, if they're telling the truth, they're just admitting to fucking ugly chicks. Even hot guys, when they're fuck a lot of bitches, 80% of them are ugly. We've got buddies like that. That's the truth. Like a lot of those red pill guys would never admit it, but I look at my roster of chicks when I was like a player, and yeah, they're hot. But if you looked at their face compared to mine, you'd say, no, Zherka, you could do better. So technically, I was dating under. Because, you can't have quantity and quality. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, based, honestly. That's a Chad move right there. I think you should preach the word. I think you should try to get on Fresh and Fit and preach the word of God. I think it would be
They invited
good
me,
content.
but then they stopped answering. But I don't know, Pxie, like the whole thing is like, what's your end game? Didn't you guys, you spun that progressive wheel to the maximum? And now that you have like child drag shows and all that, now that you're peaking, now that you're Super
Zherka,
Saiyan 3, now
the
that
fall
you're
of
Super Saiyan
society,
3 on
I
your
don't know if
rainbow
you're trying to date me
transformation,
again.
what more do you
Zherka,
want?
the fall of society, the fall of
No,
society.
what's next for
Hey,
you guys?
I'm
What
about
more
to
do you
I'm
want?
about to answer. I'm answering your fucking question. Can you let me finish the sentence, please? The whole idea of like the fall of society or the denigration of society is literally just the fact that we have a shit ton of resources and we're not helping the people who need help. I'm not concerned. I care about LGBTQ issues, don't get me wrong, but I care a lot more about the fact that there is somebody, like basically the down the street of you that's starving. Okay, I care more about the fact that there's countless of people
No, you
who
don't.
can't have. Yes, I do.
You hold on. Do you
Okay,
also care? Do you care about
stop,
starving
I'm banning
kids
you.
in
Shut
Africa?
up, stop. Okay, hold
I
on.
do.
Stop, wait,
Okay, what have you done for them?
stop. Oh, I'm muted.
I've
Wait, hold on,
only
wait.
donated to-
Chill, hold on.
Mhm.
Okay. Both of you.
That was
What's
my
going on?
Exodia, bro.
What's going
That was
on?
my-
What's going on in this conversation, okay? Let's think
I
what's
don't
going
know.
on. Okay.
Here it is, Steven. When
Stop.
someone
whoa,
says
whoa. I didn't ask for a whole
What?
fucking song and dance.
I'm
I don't
saying it
need
in a sentence, you fucking
okay.
crazy.
Yeah, say it, because it sounded like you were about to
Steven.
give some pointless fucking analogy like we needed
No,
one.
no.
Go ahead.
No,
Okay.
I'm not here to preach. Steven, when someone says they care about something, but there's no actions that align.
No, that's not what we're talking
care
about. I don't care about that. I'm asking what the fuck is happening in this conversation.
I'm winning.
Okay, Zherka, do you recognize that you are shitting up this conversation like crazy?
Okay, well, tell me, Steven, where was I supposed to stop at the Play-Doh part?
Zherka, do you realize you're shitting up the conversation like crazy? That's the first question. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what that was. I don't know what that question was. I don't know what it was about.
Okay, here's the question, Stephen.
Wait, no. I asked a question.
I'm saying it should be illegal to have.
We're not talking about
have
that.
We're not talking
about
bikini
that.
at the beach.
No one's talking about that. No one's talking
That's
about
what I
bikinis
wanna
at the
talk
beach.
about.
I don't. That's
You can't
okay.
talk about what I want to talk about.
I don't know what you want to talk about because this whole conversation is fucked.
Bikinis at the beach is what I want to talk about.
Okay. My question is
could you live?
Okay, I'm gonna. So I was asking you. Recognize you destroyed this fucking conversation. I'm assuming you do, and you don't want to answer. So that's fine. Let's go to the next one. Why do you think the quality of this conversation is so fucked?
Probably because Pxie couldn't answer the first three, and I got triggered. I started estrogen mode.
Okay.
And I knew Pixie's gonna do that. Like when people lose to me, they always do the "is he trolling?" But I just want to know, Pixie, why do you need?
I was trying to ask you.
There it is.
Okay.
Why do you need bikinis at the beach, Pixie?
Wait. Okay. Wait. That's like 20 questions away from what your original fucking point was. Okay.
Because she's a runner.
Why can't you just hold on to the original point and focus on that?
Okay, fine. Here's the best one.
No. We're having a conversation about the conversation right now. Then we can go back to the conversation. But we're trying to figure out.
Okay, fine. You're right. No, I agree. It is all over the place. I actually agree.
Okay. All right. Okay. Whoa.
Holy shit.
Calm down. Slow the fuck down. Okay. Pop an Addy XR, whatever the fuck you need. Okay. And slow the fuck down. Okay. Pxie. How the fuck do you let him take you to a new fucking place every time he asks you the question? You can't get triggered and like run to the next thing. You have to focus on the question. And then when he does this thing where he asks you, what about that? What about that? What about that? Be like, wait, hold on. And answer the one thing. Focus on the one thing. Don't get jerked around to 50 million different places. You guys are both like, Zherka is like running as fast as he can, like through the schoolyard, like taunting you. And you're running as fast as you can, like screaming back at him as he's running, like Naruto. That's what you two are doing right now, okay? So both of you take a deep breath, okay? Zherka, you're making the conversation fucking horrible. Pxie, you're allowing the conversation to be fucking horrible, okay? Both of you, calm the fuck down, okay? Take a deep breath and re-engage and focus on the fucking conversation and not just screaming and running to as many different fucking topics as once, okay? So
yes.
Who would like to start? I know Zherka does. Pxie, do you want to start?
Hey, I'm fine with Zherka starting as long as it doesn't go a million ways to go.
Go ahead.
All right. Pxie, get ready for my Exodia card. When someone says they care about something, in my world, their actions would have to align. Not 100%, but somewhat. You said you care about starving kids in Africa, but have done 0% about it. Meaning, when you liberals say to me, like, I care about this, I care about that, in my head, it just rings as bull dick. I don't buy it. I don't believe it. I don't think you believe it.
Zherka, do you know what I'm like? I graduated a little bit while ago. I'm searching for jobs. Do you know the field that I'm searching for jobs?
Wait, you're a teenager?
Okay,
I'm
wait.
23.
Pxie, why did you completely sidestep that?
Well, no, because I'm asking him if he knows, because if he knows the answer, saying that question to begin with, he would like shut up basically.
I don't think he would, and he'd probably push even harder.
Why?
Really? You think so?
Absolutely. Wait, do you think by saying that, like, oh, I'm looking for a job in like public administration or whatever the fuck, he's gonna be like, oh
no,
wow, I super respect.
Literally, I'm literally trying to devote like my whole career, my whole life to like effective altruism or like, nonprofits and shit like that. That's what I'm trying to like spend the rest of my life doing.
You're trying to be a phony for a living.
You think giving resources to people who need them is being a phony?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know what else to say.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta hand them the Bible. You gotta do what God wants, right?
You don't think God talks about, giving resources to those that are less fortunate? You think he's only referring to handing people the Bible?
I think you should start with the Bible, right?
Do you think we should follow the teachings of Christ or try to live the life of Christ as best as we can?
Not all the way, because I think the way most Christians see Christianity is like some hippie shit, when really, no, it's actually very badass. It's like with the sword type shit. So I don't want this. First of all, I don't believe you can mix liberalism and Christianity.
Okay,
right?
just to be clear. Okay, I'm gonna This
Yeah.
is post factorial, Steven. So I'm gonna take the reins on this. Okay. Zherka implied something initially that I don't even think you believe with that implication, and I don't know why you let it stood. He said, "I don't believe you can care about people or poor people unless you are doing an insanely active role in trying to reduce said poverty." That was like very clear.
I said there's a percentage. You need to do a percentage.
You can qualify it now, but then that should have been the next part of the conversation, was her fighting over the qualifications, not letting that stand, because it's a ridiculous assumption. Of course you can care about things, but not be taking active steps to alleviate things.
She lets it stand? She lets it stand because she's a woman and she's passive. She's passive and men are active. That's why she gets dominated.
If she's passive, then why would she be having an argument with you, a debate with you? That's not a passive thing to do.
She's not, because she's letting it go. She's passive. She's a woman.
No, it has nothing to do with being a woman. Do you think men don't do this too in conversations, where they get led around by bad arguments sometimes because they're just not 100% like keyed in on what they should be arguing?
It can happen if the man is the feminine in the argument and he's being beat by someone who's active. Yeah.
Have you heard about something called a really great thing? I know you've heard about it. Have you heard of the no true Scotsman?
Fallacy?
Yeah, you can't say that like this is a woman thing and then, well, what about all the men that do this? Well, they're not really men. They're acting like women. That doesn't make sense, right? This is something that clearly men and women can do. And I'm sure that you would admit, you'd probably say, well, yeah, some women, I guess, can exude masculine energy.
Okay, Steven,
you'd
I'll just say
that
it
too, right?
Okay. You want to push me to the edge? I'm just going to say it.
Wait, no.
There's never been a woman in history.
Okay.
There's never been a woman in history
you are
ever beaten a man in an argument.
Are these types of conversations you want to have? It's just like screaming and saying random shit? I'm just asking you. That was a simple question.
I'm safe by saying that.
Do you know what a multi-level marketing scheme is? You know how peer marketing works, right?
Yeah.
You can have like one branch where a person gets a person under them and under them and under them and under them, or you can have like 50 different like level 1 branches or whatever. Your form of argumentation is like 50 different level 1 things. You're not willing to, and I don't know if it's because you're afraid of where they'll go, if you're unprepared, or if you're just memeing, but you're unwilling.
It's cocaine, bro.
Okay, or it's cocaine. Okay, it feels like you're unwilling to go down an actual conversational pathway, but instead you want to.
What do you mean? You just said that she didn't answer.
You want to run down the hall, but yeah, she's not answering because you're running down the hall, throwing open as many doors as you can while screaming, no, you can't catch me. That's what you're doing.
No, I'm running down the hall because she's not answering.
No, you don't even give her a chance to answer. But even if somebody wasn't answering, if somebody's not answering my question, then what I would do is I would say, oh, okay, well, what can I do to get this person to answer the question? Because I would want an answer to my question. Because if I'm asking a question, of course I want a fucking answer to it. I'm not just saying shit to say shit.
Yeah, but then that's like manipulation.
It's manipulation to ask a question again?
You're like getting the answer out of them like some kind of creep. You know what I mean? Like, hey, I'm going to find out what you really thinking.
Good one. Is this okay?
He has to be a troll.
Are you on cocaine right now, actually, or?
All right, Steven, you know what?
What?
Here's all I want to say is I've seen Pxie and Sneeko, and, it was fun and all. But the truth is, she's walking around the world blind because Pxie is the type of person who can never admit that all engineers, pilots, scientists, mathematicians, alchemists, whatever, are men. And it's like, if you go around the world walking with that,
nothing that you're saying has anything to do with
I'm just saying
anything.
her ideology is going to get her in.
Your whole conversation is, I'm just saying. That's what your whole conversation is, I'm just saying. Because you're not having a discussion. You are just saying. You're just saying a bunch of random shit over and over and over again. Don't you want to?
Pxie, do you agree?
You're doing it again. You're about to do it again. Do you agree that men are more likely to be engineered? Do you agree that most things have been invented by men? Do you agree that it's healthy? Like, yeah, like we've all had 99%.
Everyone agrees, right?
Really? How much money would you put on that? 99% of what? Engineers are men? 99% of programmers are men? 99% of doctors are men? You know that stat is too high, right? Oh, okay. How much money you want to put on that? That 99% of doctors are men.
Are we going to trust your COVID stats, guy?
What do you want to try? Do you want to go down to any hospital?
Trust your COVID
do you want to go down to a hospital and count?
Should we go to coronavirus stats, Steven?
Do you want to go to the hospital and count with our fingers, John? Do you want to take our shoes off and count with our fingers and toes? And we can go count how many doctors we see that have penis and vagina? What do you want to do, Zherka? We can go to any fucking hospital. We can talk to any fucking person. We can look at any fucking study. We can open our fucking eyes and go to anywhere in the world.
Go to any hospital. What are you going to see, Steven?
You're probably going to see mostly male doctors, but it's not going to be 99-1. It's going to be like, it'll be...
Okay, if we drove you to 9 hospitals...
Yeah.
If I drove you to 9 hospitals, what are you going to see?
Probably what? I think it's anywhere from 80 to 50% of doctors are men, depending on the discipline.
Yeah, but you would never bet money if I started driving you around to like 10 different hospitals.
On 99%, of course I would bet money. Any amount of money you want.
Really?
Yeah, that 99, that if we're going to go to a
The
hospital
first
with
thing you're going to
200,
see
with
inside
200 physicians.
You're going to see a female physician, the first thing.
Oh, you want to move the goalpost now?
No, it was the...
So now, do you want the question to be now? Do you want the question to be now, what's the first doctor you're going to see? I'll take that bet, but you got to give me odds because I'm going to go by the numbers. If you want to give me like 6 to 1 or something, where I'll bet like $100 and you give me 600 if I'm right, yeah, I'll take those odds. We can do that. Would you do that if we drove to a hospital and the first physician so I pay you 100 and you pay me 600 if I'm right?
You know what? It's good content, and I'd be right.
Okay.
I'd drive to 6 hospitals in Miami easily. But it's like, isn't it scary, Pixie, that you want to like walk around the world with this? But what about
you? Don't even know what I believe in.
I do. I watched the whole Sneeko thing. I watched the whole Sneeko thing.
The whole Sneeko thing was us asking him questions for 99% of the time. Like, we didn't even really assert much ourselves.
I didn't say you did bad. I'm just saying, like, you're gonna walk your whole life.
No, what I'm saying is that
you're gonna walk your whole
stop
life
assuming what other people think and actually,
Pixie,
listen to the questions that you ask.
Okay,
of
Pixie,
just
are
trying
men?
to, like, ask another one and another one and another one and another one.
Pixie, are men stronger than women?
Sure. When have I ever contested that? I thought you watched the video.
Okay, because when on the Sneeko thing, you would always bring up the but.
No, I basically was like, yeah, men are stronger than women. And then he went to other things that I was like, okay, that's not necessarily true. But didn't you watch it? I thought you watched it.
What are women better at than men in general?
That's a really hard question for me to answer. I think most women are more in tune with their emotions, but I don't think that's inherent to being a woman. I think just men are taught from a young age that they can't talk about their feelings or whatever, or that the only feeling that they can have is anger. So then they don't develop like the proper vocabulary or way to like basically deal with those emotions. So I think in general, I think women are better with handling their emotions, but I think that's just because of the way that men have raised society. I don't think it's inherent to being a man.
You said women are better at dealing with their emotions than men?
Like, talking about them, absolutely. Saying, like, hey, like, I'm upset about this or I'm angry about that. While men, basically, because of how our society has raised them, feel like they can't talk about their emotions to anyone else.
The only men who are worse with dealing their emotions than women are already in prison. That statement means like nothing. Like you're asserting that means civilian on civilian, we always win 9 out of 10.
Okay, Zherka, I understand you feel that way, but facts don't care about your feelings. So if you're going to say something like that, I would like it if you can explain to me how you're qualifying this to begin with. If you can send me some data, that would be cool to look at.
Last time we went off data, you guys turned out to be completely wrong about COVID.
What do you think people were wrong about COVID about?
No, we're not doing the COVID.
No, yeah, let's do it. What do you think people were wrong about COVID about? Tell me. I'm so curious.
It turns out that, Steven, even your side, Washington Post with their amnesty, we need an amnesty. It turns out even your side is saying, so, they're not that healthy. Some vaccines are very... And you guys aren't that 100...
Notice
are you, Steven, are you going to sit here and be 100%? You answered me. Are you going to be 100%?
Answer my question? You notice how you skipped it completely because you knew you were talking out your ass, and now you're trying to pivot to something you feel a little bit stronger on now that you baited me with a harder question?
All right, go ahead.
No, I asked you what you thought people were wrong about. It was a pretty simple question.
That amnesty killed me, Steven.
We're wrong about amnesty? I don't know what the fuck that means.
The fact that your side is that afraid. That you guys are that afraid. You did an amnesty, bro.
I don't know. I don't know amnesty for what? For Albanians? Is that what you're talking about?
No. You guys apologize for the vaccine shit. You guys are like, turns out we don't know shit. It's not about if
no.
I'm not saying
this didn't happen.
I'm not saying you guys came out and said we were complete.
This didn't happen.
What are you talking about?
This didn't happen. You're just wrong.
Piers Morgan came out and said he was wrong about vaccines.
What?
whatever he said something about not being able to transmit whatever.
Whatever.
The point
He's
is
wrong about whatever. The point is, if you're
the
gonna make a
point
claim about what
is,
somebody
Steven,
said, maybe
you
it's
can't
important to
even
know.
be sure. You
don't
can't
know.
even be sure. You used to be so sure. Now you can't be sure at all.
Okay.
Now you have to like walk on
Is it
eggshells when you
actually
talk about vaccines.
cocaine, or
now you're
is
like,
it
oh
just
shit.
an Adderall, or I can't tell if you're fucking memeing. Which one? I want to know.
Okay, Steven,
I wanna know
what
for
would
future
you
reference? I just want to know.
Steven, what do you regret
I'm
saying
curious.
about the COVID?
I want to try.
Yeah, I want to
cocaine
know.
at some
What do you
point.
regret?
So I'm curious
What
if
do you
this is
regret,
like, is this
Steven?
the expected thing? Is this what you like on cocaine, or is it just an Adderall? That's all what I want to know. If you answer my
Adderall.
question, I'll answer yours. Oh, that's
I did
it?
Adderall.
Fuck you.
Yeah, I'm weak. But Steven, what do you regret about your COVID positions?
None. I don't think any. What do you think I should regret?
Shut the fuck up.
What do you think I
dude.
should regret? Tell me.
I think you should regret the whole. They're perfectly safe. That position made you look fucking retarded.
What's wrong about that? Tell me. What does it mean
Yeah,
when something is?
here's what's wrong.
Here, let's
When I
wait.
got- here's what's
Wait.
wrong.
Question. What does it mean when somebody says something is safe? What does that mean?
No. What does it mean when you said you were 100% certain? Trust the science. You weren't just saying it's safe.
Trust
you
the
were
science or
100% dead on.
Okay, go ahead. Tell me. What does it mean when you say something is safe?
Safe to take, as in it can't harm you.
That's not what safe means in a medical sense, right? Anything can harm you if you take enough of it or it has a side effect. Fucking
let's go to the
Tylenol
gray
can fucking
area,
hurt you. It's
bro.
not a gray area, you fucking moron. If you're too stupid to have the conversation, that's fine. But when somebody says something is safe, what they generally mean is the benefits tend to outweigh the side effects. Now, if you want to ask me, did you ever say there were no side effects ever to vaccine? Of course not. There's side effects to literally fucking everything. And you should sit and you should wait and you should follow the data, the studies, and watch the videos. You can do everything you can to monitor for side effects.
Why don't you look at the camera? Why don't you look at your camera right now?
Why would I say there's absolutely no chance of any side effects when there are already side effects to currently existing vaccines? There are side effects to fucking flu shots. Why would anybody say there are no side effects? That's different. But that's a fundamentally different thing than are they safe? Do you recognize that they're two totally different things?
You're not
don't
admitting.
recognize. You
You're
want
not
to say random shit and keep memeing.
Steven,
All right, go
you're
for it.
being dishonest as fuck. There's
Getting
no way
baited
you're
by
going to look at
Zherka.
the camera tomorrow. You're not going to look at your chat in the fucking lens tomorrow and say, guys, 100% you should get vaccinated.
That's
You don't do that anymore because you guys look fucking hilarious now.
What do you mean? Of course I still recommend everybody get fucking vaccinated and boosted. What do you mean? Of course I do.
Really?
Yeah, of course. But there's a
But
difference between saying that and there's no side effects.
So when I went to get my vaccine, and the nurse says to me, "Okay, are you ready?" And I said, "Hey, in the past, I've ingested rat poison, steroids, all these evil drugs, and I've overdosed, and all this stuff. Is it gonna affect the? Is me taking the vaccine? Don't you have to know that stuff first?" And the bitch said, "I don't know," and poked me. And
No,
I'm thinking
because
to myself,
what would be a
isn't that fucking hilarious?
What would be a contraindication to a vaccine that wouldn't just apply to fucking COVID? What do you think getting the vaccine is going to be worse for you than getting an actual fucking infection?
What do you mean infection?
Chances are you're going to be infected with COVID at some point, right? And you're trying to make the argument that the vaccine is so fucking horrible for you, but in like almost every single circumstance, the actual infection is going to be worse. So answer that question. So if you're saying, if I ingested all this stuff, isn't it going to be really bad if I get vaccinated? There might be some contraindications, which you should talk to a medical professional about, sure, but chances are whatever it is, COVID itself is going to be way fucking worse.
Wait, so you won't admit that they made money off this shit?
Oh, and then we pivot to a
Scam?
totally different thing.
No, it's so weird to me. Like,
isn't it weird that you?
it's Piers Morgan.
Piers Morgan.
If Piers Morgan admitted, why can't you?
Good one. Okay, sorry. Go back to talking to Pxie. I'm done.
Okay, Pxie, are you vaccinated?
Yes.
And do you tell everyone to get vaccinated now, today, like this week, like, or you don't care about that position anymore?
I mean, if somebody's like, "Oh, should I get vaccinated?" I'd say, "Yeah, better safe than sorry."
Okay, but you're not like hardcore like in the start of the pandemic.
Well, I mean, I don't think COVID is as relevant anymore, or I'm not. Okay.
Wow.
I don't know what else to say.
No, I agree.
What are you triggered about, Zherka?
No, I'm not triggered. I agree with her. It's just my position never changed. But yeah.
What is your position?
That it was a big pharma scam and you guys fell for it.
What do you mean by pharma scam?
I mean, like literally all the fucking CEOs scam the shit out of the world again. They do this every fucking year.
You don't. You just said the
They
same
do this
thing
with the
twice.
koalas.
You
Every
said
time
the
they
same
tell
thing
us-
twice. You said the same thing twice. I asked you, what do you mean by a scam? And you said, well, the big guy scammed us. What was the scam?
Yeah, the scam was the fear mongering to push the fucking sales of the fucking vaccine.
What part was false? Do vaccines help you with a COVID infection?
What? Oh, hold on. Is there anyone injured from these vaccines, or is this all fake?
I'm sure there are some people, yeah.
No, I thought it's all fake. What are you talking? I thought they're just shaking, right?
Who's saying? Yeah. Oh, those are almost certainly all fake. Yeah.
Yeah, but how many are real? Millions?
If there was a real number, it's probably in like the double digits. Definitely not millions. If there were millions of people
Give me a
like
number.
that, I don't know, like 5. I don't even know the underlying mechanism or explanation for how those things happen.
Who the fuck would defend big pharma? Like, this is such
I like
a weird-
and now you pivot because you know you're
That used to be us.
completely fucking wrong. Now you're just totally wrong, but that's cool. I'm glad
No,
you admit
I just
it.
don't like
That's
the
good,
COVID
that's good, that's good.
conversation. I
know,
hate a
that's great.
conversation
You're
where
just dodging in real time. It's all
no,
good.
this feels like Steven, I swear to God.
It feels
I'm not
like the
memeing.
part in the Matrix
I'm
where
not memeing right now.
you shoot the bullets at the agent and he's like, woo, and it's bullet time.
Steven,
That's what
I'm
it
not
feels
memeing-
like.
I'm not memeing
360
right
degree
now.
camera coverage. Yeah.
Steven, I'm not memeing right now. I swear I don't care for this topic because it feels like I'm bullying you guys because you guys look ashamed about your vaccine positions.
Absolutely.
You guys
With
look
you
like you have
pivoting
shame in your face.
50 million fucking miles an hour on every single question, definitely. We're the ones ashamed.
When your leader Piers Morgan is ashamed, how are you?
How is
are you not
Piers
ashamed?
Morgan anybody's leader?
Oh, he shares all of your libtard positions.
Oh,
Right?
okay.
I don't know. The vaccine thing gets you guys really angry, huh?
It does for me, yeah. I get pretty riled up.
I don't know. I feel like you're the one that's a little bit more angry, Zherka. You're the one who's like
Just-
claiming
I
that
rem-
everybody is.
I remember
big fun
going
of
live. I remember going live and saying, you know, one day these guys are gonna look. Your side's gonna look really stupid.
That hasn't
And now
happened
it's like
yet,
awkward.
Though. Nope.
Now it's
Nope. Remember when you guys were saying millions of people were going to be getting horrible like side effects from the vaccines and people are going to be dropping dead everywhere? And now it's like remember when George Floyd died and you guys were like, oh, you guys call that a COVID death? And now a dude gets like punched in the face and you guys are like, oh, that's a vaccine death. And you think we're the ones that look stupid? Come on, Zherka.
I guess I got nothing for that. George Floyd's tattoo was definitely interesting.
Was it Masonic?
Yeah, order. He had an order out of chaos tattoo.
Okay,
on
good.
his
I don't care about
chest.
any of this. Okay,
Okay.
can you leave? I was talking to Pxie and you fucking derailed the fuck out
Yeah,
of the
I'm
conversation.
listening. Don't worry, guys. I'm actually working right now. But all I want to say is, right, God loves you guys. And Stephen, you're trained. You went to Jesuit school, you said?
Okay, bye.
All right, Stephen, all I want to say to you is, right? God loves you guys, and your whole psyche, which also means soul, right? When you Google it, your psyche, you and Pixies, has been developed off the Bible. There's nothing original in your fucking little nugget heads. You guys are literally, your whole structure of reality is built off the Bible. So just remember to be grateful that you guys have, you're like, think about it. Pixie believes in maximizing individual liberty as long as it
Okay,
doesn't.
you're done. Bye.
No, hold on.
Okay, Pxie, you have to do a better job at holding him down on the conversation topic because he jerks around a lot. This is like
Pixie, answer this.
Get
Pixie.
out.
Zherka is probably like the best practice in your life you'll ever get. If you can hold him down to a topic,
Pixie-
you can hold down literally anybody to any topic ever. Okay.
Okay, so how do you suggest I do that? Just asking the same question over and over? Because I feel like,
Okay,
it is super easy to jerk me around.
Okay, so some people, the goal of the conversation is, okay, so if you're trying to approach a genuine conversation in good faith, then typically what you want to do is you want to ask a question and you want to go back and forth and drill down on a point until you've reached some like mutual level of understanding, okay? But if you're trying to have a conversation like that, there is some implicit trust you have in the other person to go back and forth with you on that chain, right? So I'll do this with somebody, okay? Or we can have a conversation like that, and that's fine. But if you're talking to somebody that isn't trying to do that, they're just trying to rapid fire score points, then what's going to happen is somebody is going to somebody is going to bounce around from subject to subject, and they're just looking to get easy, quick W's on a topic, and they're going to bounce to the next thing over and over again. And anytime you ask them a question that's challenging for them to answer, they're just going to move on to the next thing. So the conversation is going to feel a lot more frustrating.
Okay.
So what you have to do is, you ask a question, and if they don't answer it, then don't get jerked around to the next topic. Just ask the question again.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind in the future. I feel like it's definitely very hard for me to deal with those types. Yeah, I gotta learn how to stand my ground. Okay, fuck. Do you ever want to talk about this stuff again or not?
Yeah, no, yeah, we can. Okay. Stop! What are you gonna say? Are you gonna say something retarded? What?
No. I'm saying, to be fair, she does have the harder position to defend.
Yeah, no shit, because you're bad faith as fuck. It has nothing to do with the harder position. It has to do with the debate style, because you'll jump from topic to topic.
Well, no, I'm saying for Fresh Fit. She's preparing for Fresh Fit.
It's not about Fresh Fit. It's just any conversation in general. Like, aren't you a horrible human being?
Yeah.
Okay, sure, fuck. I was gonna demonstrate it, but I guess we just bite the bullet like that. Never mind. Okay. But yeah, anyway, okay. So stop.
Well, it's because he's a horrible human being. It's harder to have a good faith discussion with him.
No. Okay. So, deep fakes. I think you were about to do the thing again where you try to explain that. What do you mean by you're getting as close to it as possible? I think that's where we left off.
Okay. Sorry, my mind is a little bit dizzy after this conversation.
Sure.
Alright, so that's our main contention, because to you, getting close to it as possible is actually going to that place. It's not just staying in your home, trying to, like, create the physical manifestation, whatever, right? Okay. Sorry, I feel like really weird right now.
If you want, you can collect your thoughts and we can have this conversation again tomorrow. If you want.
Yes, please. I'm kind of.
No, you got it, Pxie. Keep going.
No, I think you.
Myron's gonna go harder. Myron's gonna go harder than me, so you got to be prepared.
Zherka, you don't understand. You have enlightened me into new ways of being that I've never thought before. So now I think I have to go to church right now, honestly, and I think I have to try my best to become a good Christian housewife and just find the man I'm supposed to submit to. Like a good Christian.
If I went to church today, that would be I'd be 28 years old. That would be my first day in church.
You should go to church, honestly.
Seems kind of boring.
True.
But don't you believe in the word of God? Like, just follow the Bible. But like, go to church.
Imagine when I walk in the church and they got like a rainbow flag. I'll be like, oh, they're just like, they sold out, you know?
True.
Go to a church that doesn't have a rainbow flag.
You need to find yourself a good Baptist church. You need to get it.
Hey,
real...
you know what's really interesting? I once said, I genuinely believe, no trolling, there are way less straight people on earth than bi and gay. Because if you think about it, most men would suck a dick for $1 million or share a girl in an orgy with a man in the room. But then there's men like me who could never share a girl in an orgy or do it for $1 million.
Do you really think either of those things actually makes you gay, or is this the Adderall talking?
Absolutely. Steven, does that make me super straight? What is super straight?
Do you say you just pivoted again?
No, I'm saying, Steven, if people like me exist that won't have an orgy with a man in the room.
Yeah, it's called insecurity.
No, it's called, bro, there's a guy electrically pumping next to me. It's a turn off.
Do you think it's gay to get dressed in the locker rooms in front of other guys? There's dicks everywhere.
Dude, if you're like looking at dicks. Guys, absolutely.
Well, what if you catch one accidentally in your peripheral vision? You see a little flipper flopper.
Well, that's accident. That's not gay.
Yeah, okay. Well, maybe when you do a threesome, can't you just look up the whole time?
But no, the point is, you're saying you cannot. It's not breaking your concentration. The guy going balls deep next to you.
Is it breaking your concentration in the locker room, knowing a guy might be flopping his dick all over the place? What if they all start helicoptering? Are you becoming like progressively more gay?
But I'm flaccid I'm flaccid in the locker room.
What if the sounds of their dick slapping against their thighs sounds like a girl getting fucked and you start to get hard? Does that make you gay?
Absolutely.
Do you worry that when you go into locker rooms, then shouldn't you never go into a locker room on the off chance that something accidentally makes you gay because you hear about something, or you think about something, or you see something that starts to get you erect in the presence of all those other floppy dicks?
No, it would be maintaining erection. It wouldn't be.
Oh, so just getting one.
Do you think? Wait. I have a question. Zherka, do you think watching porn is gay?
I mean, think about it. Is a man designed to watch another man's asshole?
Is that the kind of porn you like? That's cool if it is.
Like, think about it. All porn is gay porn because God didn't design you to watch a bunch of men fucking a girl. You know what I mean? And when you look at the effects of porn, it's like it's the same as heroin. So it's like, why do you guys even like? What's the argument that how is porn just normal if it has the same effects as fucking heroin? I don't get how you guys defend porn. Like, what's the argument?
No, I was just wondering if it's gay.
Yeah, it has to be gay. All porn has to be gay.
Okay.
I mean, the way I always did it is when I'd have a girlfriend, we would like FaceTime or like we'd talk on the phone or my imagination. But I lost my virginity at 20 years old, because I panicked. I was like scared. And basically, it's not that I was pure or anything. I was just like, whatever. And basically, I never got into porn that much. I used to watch hentai and stuff. And when I go to Walmart and everyone looks like fucking goblins and shit, I go, the difference for me and them is I'm kind of like, my psyche has not been penetrated that much by porn. Like my feed on Twitter is not porn. Everyone is muted. The porn stars that I use for my podcasts are muted. Like I don't see that much porn. You guys see it all the time.
Is lesbian porn straight?
Is it straight? No, it's lesbian, right?
Yeah, but if you're a guy watching lesbian porn, would that be straight porn for you? Because you're watching just two girls be sexual. There's no man involved in it.
Well, worst case scenario, you're a cuck, right? Because you're watching people make out. It's like those guys at the bar that high five each other when the girls in the group kiss. Why are you high fiving for like blue balls and cuck shit? I won't even be friendly or talk to a girl unless she's like rubbing me. It's like, why would I give my attention to someone that's not mine? I'm just gonna fantasize about her at the fucking bar. No, fuck that. I'm not gonna high five my buddy because the girls kissed. No, when they both suck my dick, then I'll fucking high five the girls. I'm not gonna. So I hate that shit. I hate that like cuck is considered a win. You know what I mean? Like, hey, she's making out with the other one, and
the only straight way to watch
benefited me a lot. It benefited me a lot because if you smile when you talk to a girl at the bar, she never gives you ass. But if you never smile until she starts breaking touch barriers, then you get ass. So it's like, like it's better to avert your eyes and not look at their tits and don't, even if they're into it, don't.
So the only porn that you could theoretically watch or there is no such thing as straight porn, even if it's just a girl like fingering herself or something, that would still be, would that be straight then?
I don't believe humans are as horny as they think they are, because you grew up with MTV, Masonic programming and all that, just ass. But if that wasn't penetrating your psyche and you just grew up without the TV and just rode bikes like how I did, you kind of like wake up and do your shit before you get horny. You don't wake up raging hard. And the reason why you're raging hard is because you went to bed with Instagram and it actually stays in your subconscious. And Carl Jung talks about this. It's like the last thing you see before bed is really programming you for failure. And yeah.
Is touching yourself gay? Is like masturbating gay?
I would say that obviously it's not
because you're touching
gay.
a dick.
It's not gay. However, what the G in Freemasonry? Freemasons run the. I'm not trolling. Wait. I'm not trolling right now.
Okay.
This is gonna get interesting. I'm not trolling at all. All right, but it sounds like I'm trolling because I talk like an immigrant. Okay, look, because I am one. But look.
Okay, Hassan. Yeah.
The G in Freemasonry, people think it stands for like sacred geometry or the seventh letter of God or grand architect. What G stands for is generative principle, because they understood, the people in the Treasury and Federal Reserve that print money, the royalty, the monarchs of Europe, all those people who have all the wealth in the world, they understand that the vital, the will of the universe, the vital essence of a man is the generative principle, meaning his libido, his sperm from the sacrum, right? The sacred oil that shoots up, right? This sexual driving force is what makes it makes men into engineers to build bridges so they can get a wife, because they're ugly. They need to build a bridge to get a wife, right? This generative principle is everything. Freud talked about sexuality is everything. Literally everything is about sex. It's not about career. It's not. The reason you have a career is for sex. Everything in this universe, everything in your psyche is about generative principle. The reason you have a Gucci belt is to get a girl. Everything, the reason you go to the gym is for a girl. Everything you do, and it's not just evolutionary, there's more things to it, but everything you do is about generative principle. That's why World Health Organization, ambulance, they all have the serpent with the staff. They all have the serpent. Every religion on earth, ancient religions, whether Mesopotamia, India with the Nagas, they all worship serpents. Why? The serpent represents the male and female. The serpent biting its own tail. Basically, it's a phallic symbol with a tail. When it opens its mouth, the snake is a womb, right? But the serpent
Zherka,
rising.
can
Hold
you
on.
answer a question?
The serpent, what the serpent rising is from the Caduceus and the ancient men of antiquity in Plato's time. The serpent rising is your electromagnetic the will of the universe, that sexual generative principle rising through the 33 vertebra of your spinal column, the coils up. That snake-like temptation, that sexual energy cannot be wasted on masturbating, because you'll never build the bridge. You can fight. You can do anything better when you don't masturbate. Anything in life.
That's not the question I was asking.
No, you said it's masturbating.
Is it gay?
I said it's a waste of time.
But
Masturbating is a waste of time.
Is
Don't
it gay,
never
though?
ever masturbate before a test.
I understand you think it's a waste of time, but do you think it's gay?
It's just you by yourself, right?
But you're touching a dick. So if looking at a dick is enough
You're
to
not
like,
touching a dick. You're touching your dick. You're like,
Okay.
Are you serious right now?
I'm just making sure.
Turn your
So as
brain
long
on,
as you're
Pxie.
as long as you're touching your dick, it's okay. So touching a dick is not inherently.
Do you hear
gay.
why I'm saying porn is bad and wasting
No, I
your essence is
understand.
bad?
I understand that you think porn is bad. I'm just trying to make sure. I was just
And check this out, Pxie.
checking.
Something that's very interesting that you read in Masonic literature, Vatican archives, it's very suppressed. During 29 days of the month, that sexual essence, there is a hornier one you get once a month. And basically, if you don't squander it for a month and eat healthy and make sure that oil in your body that actually goes up into your penile, to the pituitary, in your penile, and hopefully into the hypothalamus, if not squandered, that actually regenerates blood cells, right? Your old blood gets cycled out.
None of that is
This is what these books. No, hold on, Stephen. This is what these books say, and why I kind of take them serious is because we don't even have a cure for the fucking common cold or your fucking COVID, because they don't give us the real science, bro. They don't want to even cure cancer because they want to make money.
Oh yeah? How many? I'm sorry. Do these books have the cure for the common? Do these books have the cure for the common cold or cancer, Jon Zherka?
We don't have a we don't have a cure for anything.
Do your book?
That's my point.
We don't have a cure. We can't cure anything.
Be honest.
We can't.
Be honest.
No one's been cured from cancer, Zherka. Zherka. Nobody's been cured of cancer. Zherka. Say that to me. Nobody's been cured with cancer.
No, I'm saying there's no cures.
There are no cures for cancer. There's no treatment.
Only harmonics cure turned out to be fucking illegal.
Random shit. Oh, sorry, my bad.
Well, hold on,
pivoting,
Stephen.
keep pivoting.
Hold on, Stephen. Do you get the same biology textbook as the Queen of England?
Probably, yeah.
Wow. You get the same Medcare too?
Depends on what you can pay for.
What a fucking retard position to have. You really think they're gonna give you the real science? Dude, you believe in dinosaurs because of them. They laugh at you.
Yeah, true.
Pxie, do you believe in dinosaurs that were only found in the 1700s by straight white men, $1 million a bone in every single museum?
Oh yeah, no, dinosaurs.
Every single museum has replica bones. You believe in dinosaurs?
This Earth is also flat. I agree with. The moon landing completely.
You know, you're being ironic, but you actually unironically believe in dinosaurs.
Yeah,
that's what's funny. You believe in dinosaurs and you're like
are
an
a
adult.
Conspiracy by big government. You're so right, Zherka.
No, it's not. It's by big oil.
No, it's pretty obvious.
It's
Dinosaurs are like dinosaurs are like aliens. It's just to disprove the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, obviously.
I mean, Pxie, why don't you say with a straight face you believe in the Tyrannosaurus Rex?
Thanks, musical key. Thanks for the tier 5, buddy.
The Tyrannosaurus Rex was obviously made up by big oil. You
also
nailed
believe
it, Zherka.
What else do you believe in with your?
I believe that
You believe in watching porn, right? Because Pxie, the difference for me and you is I actually read books. I actually read books that are not from my gender studies teacher. I read
Yeah,
real books.
I know, Zherka. I know that you're so much more knowledgeable than me, and
I
I'm trying
am.
my best here. You have to give me a break because I'm just a woman, you know?
Are you an
I don't have
atheist?
those
Is that where it
male
comes from?
I know I don't have the male capacities that you do. You talked about it. You're talking about how I have an infantile brain. So obviously I'm going to
You can
struggle more
overcome it.
about talking about flat Earth.
You can
And
overcome
I
that
could
brain.
overcome it, but
Yeah.
I thought that's just like inherent to women,
No,
you
relative
know?
to where you're at right now, you can beat this. Like
But
this
I
level of
thought all
IQ,
women
you can do
I
better than
thought
this
all
level of
wait, so
IQ.
you're not saying it's based on being a woman, you're just saying
I'm
it's
saying you
based
can
on
do
our society?
no, it is, but you can do
Wait,
tremendously
so
better.
can women stop having infantile brains? That's my question to you.
Oh no, that's a hormonal, it's a pituitary thing.
So then how can I ever overcome my infantile IQ? It's
Well,
not possible. I'm just
Carl
a
Jung says you
woman.
don't need to overcome society, you need to overcome who you are at this moment.
But even then, no matter what I do, because of my poor female hormones, I will forever stay as an infant. So
You're
I
right,
don't
but
know what
not
you want
compare
from me.
but you could
You're
do
saying compared to
80% better.
before, but I'd still be an infant. That's like comparing a
No.
2-year-old with somebody who's
No, you'd
two
be an
years and 3 months.
no, you'd
Like
be an
there's not much to get better
no,
at.
you're not getting it. You'd be an older infant.
Yeah, but
Don't
barely.
you want
Like
to be
it's not
older?
much. Well, I just
No,
think if that's
could.
so
I'm
much
saying a lot
effort,
can
I should just
change.
find a strong man to lead me
You
and
can't.
to
You can't.
help
They
my
don't
poor
exist.
infant brain.
They don't
They
exist
don't
They're all
anymore.
watching
exist?
porn.
Oh, they're all watching porn. Fuck.
Yeah, I mean, Pixie, think about it. Like, where are you? This is a black pilling question for me as well. But I'll ask you. But if you turn this question on me, obviously I wouldn't be able to answer. Where are you gonna find your partner?
Where am I gonna? I think I'm just fucked. I think
Yeah,
you should get an
of
arranged
course you're
marriage.
fucked.
Or maybe I'll go to Saudi Arabia, where the men are the strong household leaders, right? Or are they fucked too? Is everything just pornified? Do you
Well,
think the
people.
men in Saudi Arabia are watching
I
porn?
heard guys in Saudi Arabia travel to other countries and shit to party and do gay stuff and everything. So I don't know about those.
Yeah,
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
I heard that too. But I mean, try it, Pixie. I don't know. Because
I'll-
Pixie, where are you gonna find your husband?
yeah, I think I'm just gonna have to die alone, and that's horrible for an infant like me.
That's a tragedy.
Yeah, so sad. I really.
But you're not alone.
Don't
It's
you?
you, me,
No, like-
chat, every one of us. Right?
Okay. But don't you think so you don't think it's possible for you to become a more holy version of yourself?
Yeah. Anything you do away from Pixie's ideology is healing you.
But going to church is a step too far for you.
No, I'm just stubborn.
You're just stubborn? Well, but okay. Because if you're admitting you're stubborn, then I feel like the next step is to let go of the stubbornness. Or am I wrong?
Yeah, but you should see it as a diet. It's like I'm still eating chocolate cake and you're like, hey, you don't really believe in this.
Didn't you have okay, I think that's interesting.
And I've regenerated a lot. I used to be a drug dealer, Pixie. I've been the same your whole life. You haven't changed. Have you noticed that? Liberals have never changed.
I think she left.
You guys, no way.
Hi?
What happened?
I don't know.
Oh, you scared us.
Big oil got
Pixie,
me.
Pixie, here's why I feel so mean sometimes when I talk to your guys' side. Apparently, there's two types of humans. The kind that, like, when they fall off the playground, they just shake it off as a kid. And then the blue hair kind that gets traumatized for life. And so it's not really a choice. Like, politics isn't really a choice. It's like DNA embedded. What do you think of that?
I think I'm learning so much from you, Zherka. It's inspiring.
I think that's a scary thing to learn, but I don't know how true it is, but,
Yeah. So I have a question from earlier, Zherka. When you were talking about how you think people say that they care about others, but they obviously aren't if they're not doing everything possible. Or can you explain that again?
Shit. Oh, I dropped. Basically, have you read the book Holden Caulfield? Everyone suffers from. Can you hear me?
Is that the name of the
Yeah, I
book?
can hear
Holden
you.
Caulfield?
No, it's Catcher in the Rye or some shit. But we suffer from imposter syndrome. So you have you have who you truly are, and then you have like your gaming friends you stay with, and you think you're a gamer, but then your soul's never nourished because like deep down you want to read about Freemasons or whatever. You know, I got like weird interests that like my buddies ditch me over, right? And if you don't feed your actual interests, you get the phony feeling, and that's where that identity issue comes. And you know, a lack of identity is the highest level of depression you can have, right? Carl Jung talks about individuation being the only thing you have to actually complete. It's like an experience bar in an MMO. Like if someone points at their finger at Zherka and go, they could point their finger at Destiny to go, that's the debate guy. Zherka's the flat Earth MAGA guy. That level of identity where they immediately know our striking features, that makes Steven and I a lot calmer. Our nature is a lot calmer. But if you pointed a finger and said, I don't know anything about Destiny and stuff, it would mirror. That would actually hit Destiny's psyche, even subconsciously, and he'd get depressed. He'd be like, I don't know who I am, blah, 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 blah. You know, you understand that like the most important thing is to develop who you actually are. And a lot of people think who you actually are is a fucking loser. That's actually not true, because all your loser habits are from the mental plane, and the mental plane is shared with your friends, your family, and all that. But who you really are actually will always give you a paycheck. Deep
Zherka,
down,
I feel like you didn't answer my question.
I did.
Okay, because you're saying, oh, like, well, I don't think you did.
Be a phony.
Because yeah, you're talking about phony, yeah, being a phony and stuff like that. So when is a person no longer phony? If doing actions, you know, if I'm saying I care about people and I am showing that by giving them the resources that they need because they're struggling, that's a phony because I'm not doing enough. So when is doing enough not being a phony anymore?
When you get called out for not doing enough and you don't experience resistance with your brain and all of this kind of like kickback, this kickback comes from the insecurity of, oh my God, he's unveiled me.
Zherka, can I ask you a question?
If you hold on, if you laughed it off, Pxie, you probably were doing enough.
Zherka.
But yeah, go ahead.
If all women have infantile brains, does that mean fucking any woman is a pedophilic experience?
I mean, think about the ones that you deal with, Steven. Don't you ever feel like a father figure to them when you talk to them?
Well, that was a really nice pivot, but let me ask again.
Yes.
Let me ask it. Yeah? When you fuck a woman, it feels like kind of pedophilia to you since they're all infantile?
Any guy can agree that they do feel, even if they're older than you, their answers are just kind of like younger. Like if a girl, Steven, you deal with like teenagers, right?
That sounds about right, yeah. Absolutely,
right.
Yeah.
There's no way in hell when you're hitting it from the back, you don't feel like a pedo.
Yeah? Is that really how that works? Are you sure that's not a tiny bit of a self-report there maybe? Or
I didn't want it to go there. You took us here.
Okay.
So since you want to take us here, just go ahead and drown. Okay? Pxie,
Zherka.
Another thing. When
wait,
I'm
Zherka.
the pedo thing. When you look at like millions of people buying that, you guys were talking about, you know, buying, she just turned legal and you can get her OnlyFans and stuff. All those people who bought that OnlyFans for that fucking bad Barbie or whatever the fuck, all of them are pedos. So 99% of men are like they're gone. They're completely gone.
Zherka, when you were talking about being a phony, that's when you know, if somebody calls you a phony and you can laugh it off, like then that's how you know you're not a phony. I have a question. If somebody is a serial killer and they're caring a lot about the general population, and somebody is like, you're being a phony because you're a serial killer, and then they're just like, haha, I guess I'm being a phony. Wouldn't you say they're actually being a phony? That laughing it off is it's not enough to make them not a phony.
Right, but they still have a higher chance of convincing me they're not, right?
No, I'm not. They're claiming they're a serial killer.
If I went to Ted Bundy and said, you're a serial killer, and he went and got argumentative, I'd be like, yeah, I got something.
Oh no, but it's not that. It's if Ted Bundy's like, I really care about people. Like, I care about people so much. And then you're like, Ted Bundy, you're a serial killer. And then he's like, haha, I guess I am.
Right. He'd still be a serial killer because his internal values are not matching his external.
Yeah, so you would say that his what is it? You'd say that it's okay to call him a phony. It's not laughing it off that makes you not a phony.
Well, anything you say, Pxie, any words, you cannot say your values. They show with the things you do. So values are actions. And, you know, my twin brother's a therapist and he really disagrees. He says you can value marriage and never get married. Like, you can value it. And I said, no, if you truly value it, you will get married. And he said, well, you can't tell that to an alcoholic and blah, blah, blah. But yeah, I mean, like, how do you see it? Do you see it my way? Is it actions or is it like words?
Well, I just don't understand how you can say, like, if anybody can really value anything, but then still believe that you can keep the position of, oh, you know, I'm not a perfect Christian. That doesn't mean I don't value Christianity. I feel like there's something weird there. I agree that you should try to live your life by actions. We both are in agreement there. But it's odd to me to say that you value Christ when you don't, when you admit that you're not Christ-like at all.
Ooh.
What do you mean? I just said 80% of my life was 80% of my life was regenerated.
Oh, regenerated what? Yeah, but like not Christ.
From being a drug dealer to being an average guy is a pretty big
but
change.
Is that really, if you're not even giving any resistance to her saying that, doesn't that kind of mean that you are actually not Christ-like at all? Like earlier when she mentioned you not going to church, you're like, oh yeah, I would never go to church. You didn't give any resistance at all, like the Ted Bundy example, right? I don't even know if you're storing like the correct essence to even.
I didn't give resistance because I'm telling you the truth.
No. But it's not aligning with the values of being a Christian, right? Like if you think about internally, like would God ever talk about like how many times in the Bible does God talk about having a male-female threesome? Is that even a topic that he talks about?
What I'm supposed to?
Isn't it true that being a good Christian is being Christ-like? Isn't that what that means? So in a way, aren't you kind of like God? So how is it a reflection of what God thinks if you are talking about threesomes and orgies and shit?
It's called struggling with faith, Steve.
Oh, how do you know the difference between a struggle versus a sinner that has no faith? Are you like Ted Bundy now? Does Ted Bundy struggle with his faith? Is he a good Christian because he's just having struggles?
No, you can't be a good murderer.
Really? Oh, so where do you draw the line at? Isn't that God's decision? Or are you taking that role on that God does to make judgments about who can or cannot?
Thou shalt not kill.
Oh, really? So what about thou shalt not commit adultery? What about thou shalt not commit adultery then? Have you done that?
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Well, those are all. Oh, so why do you pick and choose which commandments are the ones that make us you can't get into heaven or be a Christian?
The point is you get saved.
Yeah, can you tell me? Oh, so why can't Ted Bundy be saved then? Can you tell me which one of the commandments does Jesus say this one is more important than the other one? What gospel is that? Which book does he talk about that in? Do you know the chapter and verse?
You're right. I'm not going to judge, but
I'm just asking. No, I'm just asking because you said I'm just asking because you said adultery was okay. You said you can be saved, but you said murder is not. So can you tell me where Jesus says in the Bible that some of the commandments are more important than the other ones? Because that must be what you're talking about, right?
That.
Oh, so then Ted Bundy can get into heaven then, right?
Yeah,
actually, so then why did you lie when I asked you that? What, do you think that isn't lying one of the things that we're supposed to not do either?
Am I supposed to?
Sorry. Yeah, this is what it's like talking to you. Yeah, this is what conversations you're like, okay?
No, now if you do see it 100% biblically, then you will see, Ted Bundy was demonically charged and that he could be saved.
Gotcha.
Because he was demonically charged, right?
Okay.
Do you guys believe in demonic possession?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we're all possessed.
Do you guys believe in the science of COVID? Hey, Pxie, here's a question, okay? Here's a question.
Yeah?
Did you guys get what you want with this whole progressive movement? Did you max it out?
I like how you're asking me as if I'm in like this little meeting board. Wait, no, let me finish.
Everyone gets ashamed here.
Zherka, do you know how old I am?
21, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm 23. You're acting as if all the progressives had a giant meeting, and I had a board out being like,
well, yes, no, you clearly
the progressive movement should go
No, you said it's better than the 1950s.
Yes, I think everybody's quality of life, generally speaking, except for a few, is better than the 1950s. The advancements we made in standard of living.
Your guys' argument is that we didn't know if people were depressed in the 1950s because we didn't do the studies.
I said standard of living. There's ways that we calculate the standard of living.
Excuse me, as the purchasing power went up, anxiety and depression skyrocketed. So I agree. You're
Right.
wrong, and you're spreading the devil.
If the two things went up at the same time, then one must have caused the other, right? Or they're inversely causal, right? That must mean what you're saying, right? Anytime one thing goes up and another thing goes up, it must mean that they're related, right?
I guess it's just the dot-com boom, right? It's just technology, Steve.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Maybe the Earth can only support so many people on the planet. When do you think we were happiest? It was probably when there were the fewest number of people on Earth, right? And we've just gotten more and more miserable as more and more people are being born. What if the Earth has like a natural spiritual carry count? And that's the reason why as countries become more developed, they have less children because they're more in tune with the Earth and they can feel that the more children they make, the less happy everybody's getting. Maybe there's like one shared happiness between all of humanity, and as an organism, we can only have like this happiness that we share with each other. And if there's like 9 billion fucking people, there's like barely any happiness to go around. Maybe that's the whole explanation of everything, right?
I mean, here's the way you can find the truth. It's the guys who rule you, the guys who print money, like the Masons. Just read their quotes on atheism. They literally in the book say atheists are for retard children brain, and they're the easiest to be unleashed. Here's a quote. You want a quote?
Not really, but go
He
ahead.
says, Albert Pike, 33-degree grand wizard, the Pope of Masonry.
Wow.
The guy who predicted all these world wars, he says,
Oh, did he?
we shall unleash the nihilists and atheists, and we shall provoke a formidable social cataclysm, which in all its horror will show clearly to the nations, people of different nationalities, the effects of absolute atheism, the origin of savagery, and of the most bloody turmoil. You're telling me this guy's just making shit up?
That's wild, dude.
I mean, dude, it's like you listen to Fauci, but you don't read real books.
Can you imagine listening to the head of the National Institute of Health and not listening to the Black Pope from the Masonic literature? Jesus, I don't know.
They're both the part of the Jesuit
That's
order.
insane,
actually,
dude. I don't even know how I can pick one over the other.
Honestly,
It's a toss up to me, you know.
You know they have books on magic.
Really, that's wild, dude.
Yeah, they have books saying that there's invisible forces of nature.
Really?
And that you must find the chord of vibration, resonance, and frequency, like Nicholas Tesla said, and then you have mastered that plane. That's what they say. I don't know.
That's wild, dude. That's
Have
crazy.
you done magic?
I mean, I feel like I have talking to you two. Okay, but seriously, Pxie, like the books I read, clearly it's just stupid people. Like, what do you recommend? Do you recommend like Sun Tzu?
What do I recommend reading to people?
You guys don't seem that high IQ to me.
Yeah, I'm
like the
really low
Masonic
IQ.
guys.
Just saying.
I mean, she can't help it. She's a woman, right?
Yeah, it's my infantile brain. I don't know what you
Well,
expect.
Pxie, what
Do you
do you
expect
think-
me to read?
What do you think of his quote about, the origin of savagery is, your cannibalistic atheism?
I don't even know
That's
what
a great
to.
one.
What to
That's a
begin
great one,
thinking.
Pxie. That's a great one.
And who said this quote again?
The Grand Wizard, Albert Pike.
Like from the KKK Grand Wizard?
Well, yeah, he was racist, but he liked the shamans, the native people, for their spiritual practices. But yeah, he was very racist, and he actually
And he said atheism is the core of evil.
he predicted the world wars, and then he said the third war is going to be the worst one.
Yeah.
And yeah,
What did you say the third war was
I-
that when we have like a lot of trans people or something? Is that when that's happening? Or
no, well, actually, they do talk about how. Never mind.
Wait. Okay, so the Grand Wizard, do you think racism is bad? Let me just start there.
Yeah,
Yeah, you think racism, like how bad? Like from one of the worst things
I don't
possible.
even like when people say Jesus was white. Even that pisses me off, right?
Okay. So do you really think we should be
But I
listening
do
to
believe
the
in
Grand...
freedom of association, right?
Okay. Do
And
you believe
I
we...
love
Wait, Zherka,
diversity.
please let me
the
finish.
the forced
Zherka.
diversity is cringe, okay?
Zherka, do you
Sorry.
really think that we should listen to one of like the most racist people ever about morality? About what's evil or not evil?
No, if he's predicting world wars, at least read what he says about your ideology. He says that
Do you
you're in
not
a
think
trap.
a lot of people...
I'm saying we're not listening to him. We're doing it's the antithesis. We're doing the opposite. Like, use your brain, Pxie. We're not listening to him. We're telling you
Trying,
he's
Zherka.
got you in the atheist trap. That's what he
Zherka.
wrote.
All I'm saying
Yeah,
is
not
that if you agree this person is really bad, why should we listen to them about
because he's
morality?
laughing at at the trap they placed. He said, "We placed a trap for Pixie. If she's a retard, she'll bite from the apple." You bit from it. We're saying read his book where he says you're gonna bite from it, and you're saying I don't want to read the fucking book. Are you joking?
I don't think you understand what I'm saying, but it's okay. My infantile mind is having trouble asking the right question, I guess. It's okay.
You know what women are better at than men? Complaining.
Yeah, I'm complaining so much.
Yeah. But it's funny to me that like, like you guys will shit on my side all day, but I just read you a quote about the origin of the savage atheism, the disease of atheism, and you guys are just quiet.
I don't know, dude. I feel like a lot of it just might be true, and I just have a hard time coming to grips with that, you know?
It is tough, I know.
It's a lot. It's a lot for me to deal with.
I think it's a lot for anyone, really.
Yeah.
Zherka has just so much knowledge that we can't compete with.
You want to hear the funniest thing? One time, 8,000 people in Steven's chat were calling me a retard because I said humans will never develop a camera that is better than the human eyeball. And they all spammed, yes, you can do that. And then I asked them, you're saying you guys can create a human. And then they were really confused. But do you believe, Pxie, one day we'll have the technology to make a camera better than the human eyeball?
Yeah, probably.
But already cameras better than the human eyeball. What do you mean by that?
You're saying there's cameras that shoot in higher definition than reality? Are you fucking joking
do you think
me,
the
dude?
eyeball perceives things in perfect definition in reality?
My dude. Okay, so you're saying you can create a human, Steven?
You don't have to create a whole human to create an eyeball.
Well, if you can create an eyeball, logically, eventually, thousands of years
logically,
down the
eventually?
road.
No, that's not what that means.
Okay, so just the eyeball.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy to me, dude.
Have we created artificial hearts that we put in people?
Yeah, no.
No, that's never happened. You sure? That's not a thing ever?
They work off the heart that's already working.
Haven't we? Wasn't it like a decade ago where we did the first like fully artificial heart transplant?
But it's getting its electric pulse from the human.
I don't even know if that's true.
How else would it get it? What the fuck?
What do you mean? You can put an electric thing in the body, right? Don't we have pacemakers? Don't those have batteries?
You're saying an eyeball from scratch or a human heart from scratch that's self-sustaining.
Eyeballs aren't self-sustaining. Humans aren't even self-sustaining. They need food. What do you mean?
Well, in your case, they would have to be to compare to
an eyeball is not self-sustaining. If you take an eyeball out of a person's head, it stops working pretty fucking fast.
All right, we can create a human, bro.
Based.
What about the soul? How do you put the soul in the human?
Do you need the soul to run the eyeball?
Absolutely, the soul is everything.
Oh, okay, cute.
You know what else? Pxie, check this out. You're gonna like this.
Mm-hmm.
These books, these Masonic books like Manny P. Hall and stuff, they say we laugh at the science that the poor gets because their science is alchemy, like elemental. So they say that there's 4 auras, 4 planes in your body, electromagnetic auras. The first is the earth, which is your physical body. The second is water, which is your reproductive fluids. The third is fire, which is the electromagnetic will that drives motion and emotion. That's what happens when you orgasm. That's why you get hot and stuff like that. And the last one is air, like the Avatar Last Airbender, which is the mental plane. And in the mental plane, if you don't master that, liberal ideology, leftism can penetrate your brain. Like you can read a book and then dedicate your life to being Hassan Piker, right? And that's the most dangerous one where people fuck up the hardest. And the more you get abused in the mental plane, like watching porn all day, the weaker your emotions are, which is the fire, right? The soul, the psyche. And then in the book, he says, when your auras are down, like in Halo, that's when you get sick. Like you catch a cold. And I'm thinking, this is so fucking stupid. But then I turned to your side and I said, if I don't read this book, I have to listen to Pxie and Destiny on what to do when I catch a cold. And you guys are wrong about literally everything when it comes to that stuff. So I was like, fuck it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you
I don't
ever
know.
taken cold medicine before?
Yeah, it didn't work.
Didn't work. Okay. Have you ever taken any sort? Do you think any medicine that you've taken
I
so
mean,
far
Manny,
hasn't worked for you?
the guy who wrote that is Manny P. Hall. Are you like smarter than him?
No, that's not what I'm asking, Zerka. I'm asking, have you ever taken medicine that's worked before?
No. Surgeries worked for me, but never medicine.
Wow.
Interesting. Okay.
And I don't know. I
How did they do surgery?
with a knife, Steven.
Yeah. How do they put you to sleep for that?
Anesthesia, Steven.
What is anesthesia?
Oh, I guess it's medicine. I guess it healed my leg.
Yikes.
The anesthesia healed my leg, Steven. You're gonna go, the anesthesia fixed my appendix. Are you fucking joking me?
Yikes.
That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life.
How did you just walk all the way to that one? Isn't that kind of weird that you just like completely walked into that?
What did they do before anesthesia?
Like
Steve?
you didn't think at all about that? Like maybe that was kind of dumb to walk right into that one?
It didn't cure. How did the anesthesia cure me, Steven? It reduces the pain. You're so fucking stupid.
Could they have done the
Well,
surgery
that's
without
what
the
it's supposed
anesthesia?
Yeah, they used to do that
Oh,
actually.
yeah? Why didn't you just get it without the anesthesia? Wouldn't that be cheaper?
Because there would be more pain, Steve.
Oh, they had all the
So
same
it worked.
surgeries available back then than they did today?
The point is, it didn't work.
Uh-huh. Did they do
Well,
open heart?
anesthesia never cured the
Did
fucking leg,
did they
bro.
do open heart surgery back then without anesthesia?
No.
Oh, maybe the anesthesia is kind of important, Zerga.
Well, we're talking about like most problems, not open heart surgery.
Oh,
Like
so
a
you're just
fucking
gonna pick
common
and choose the
cold.
ones that are. Oh, do you think most people get surgery a lot? Is surgery a common thing? Isn't it already a pretty rare thing?
No, it's very rare. That's my point. It's like you don't. What is your cough medicine, Steven? Is it your sperm?
No, that's what your cough medicine is, right? If you don't jack off, it goes back up into your balls and makes more red blood cells to keep you healthy, right?
Into your pineal gland. That
Yeah.
actually.
I think your pineal gland. I think that's actually connected. There's like a tube right from your ball sack all the way up to your pineal gland. I think it is.
That tube is called your spinal column, retard.
It is. It zips. It
You're
zooms
like,
right up
You're
there.
being ironic, and it's not working.
I'm not being ironic.
It's called your spinal column, Steve.
That's why they have to be really careful. If they tell you if they're going to do like a lumbar puncture, you're supposed to masturbate before going in. Otherwise, they just suck a whole bunch of sperm through your back. It's really fucked.
You mean through your front? It would be in your brain, right?
Well, but it has to travel up your spine. And if you haven't masturbated in a long time, there's a ton of sperm just swimming up and down your spinal column, going up to your pineal gland, you know?
Listen, you're missing the point. The point
my
is,
bad.
I feel scammed by the medical industry.
Oh, really?
I think we all do after COVID.
Okay.
Right, Pixie?
Yeah, sure. I think Big Pharma really got us good on that one, creating a whole fake pandemic for us to just stay home.
Yeah, they just put us in debt while Amazon and the monopolies, what did they, triple their net worth in like a year? Yeah, it totally
I think it was
worked.
Amazon was profiting off the vaccine, wasn't it?
I mean, would be if I entertained that, I'd feel stupid.
Yeah. Why is that? Are they going to come after you?
Because like we all feel what's happening on this call. Like we all know I'm right here. It's awkward because it's like you have to, as soon as you give the right wing a bit of ground, we take over, so you can't do it. But okay, whatever. I'm not looking to dunk on you guys. I'm saying, hey, next time you have the common cold, just realize that, hey, when you're depressed and anxious, you catch colds more often, and Zherka taught you that.
Okay.
Do you think if people stopped masturbating, they'd have less colds?
I think that, I don't know, but they'd be more successful for sure. Hey,
Like in life in general, or in not getting sick?
You just
or
pivoted
both?
into no fap right now.
you know, I love no fap. Oh, I say limited fap, not no fap, but I love it. Are you kidding? Because I always thought no fappers were stupid until I asked myself, what is the counter argument? Do you do better on a test when you fap? No. Do you do better in sports? No. Do you do better in career? No. So what is the counter argument to fapping? Like, what is the argument? You don't gain anything on your side. So I'm like, yeah, I think I'm going to cut down.
Wow.
I guess you get relief. I like to be wound up and angry. Like, I've been here when I fapped, and I'm just boring. People are like, you're boring.
Do
Like,
you
have you
think
seen
being angry is
Destiny's?
healthy?
Have you seen Destiny's chatters? They get on this call and they be like, this, "Yeah, so I'm covered in semen right now, and I'm wondering what I should do after I finish work." And you're like, dude, I miss Zherka. I miss Zherka holding the orgasm.
I'm bored of you. Hold on, I'm reading comments now because this is dumb as fuck. Nothing wrong with balling out, but Hassan used to always say he hates stuff like high-priced or overpriced high-fashion labels, or that he only wears thrift store clothes / what he gets gifted to him. But then he claimed that a $3,000 Gucci sport coat that he bought was the only thing that fit him. Did that actually happen on stream?
I don't watch Hassan anymore.
Really?
Oh, you used to watch Hassan?
Yeah, when he got the mansion, I was fucking addicted.
What did you like about him?
His chat, the cope was perfect. Have you ever watched a streamer for their chat's cope? It was
I don't watch streamers.
oh my god. They're like, what do you want him to fucking freeze to death?
Wait, over what? For what?
When he got the mansion, they said, do you want him and his mother to freeze out in...
Oh, yeah, like he needed the... God, they're so dumb. Don't remind me of this stupid shit.
Pxie, you have the best questions. Just keep it up.
I'm glad you like my questions.
I feel like you're learning about Freemasonry, the Jesuit order, the Order of the Rosicrucians today.
How do you know that you're not being fed propaganda from other evil forces?
Because I had to go into the dark web to find the book. Like, it's illegal to own some of these. I don't know if it's illegal, but they're nowhere. And these books are so fucking weird. These books talk about pretty much when I read this, my therapist brother, he had an issue with it because he has a master's degree and he's like, bro, this isn't real science. And then I said, yeah, but it has not been disavowed. You know, it's not like it got replaced by modern things. Like, for example, Freud. Everyone disavows Freud, but he's right about everything. Feminists are just mad. Like, Freud is right about everything. Your whole life is based on what happened to you sexually as a child.
Oh, yeah?
What makes you think that's true?
Because of how children perceive traumas, right? They go into either dissociative states or they repackage their mindset in a different way where they maybe hate men more and find men. Because, like, I'm not really.
How do you think most children are getting?
Let me use the restroom quick. 1 second.
I think
as children.
Call me crazy. I think women don't remember, but those red pill guys who I don't have their argument at all. I think 80% of women were touched growing up. 100%. Because not just from dating and talking and blah, 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 but just being around creeps my whole life. And there's creeps on the internet, there's creeps at the bar, there's creeps here. And if they're not creeps at the workplace, they become creeps eventually. And so when I talk to like most of the women in my life and my Discord for my podcast, and when I talk to them personally, I'd be like, but yeah, something's eventually, like someone touched you. And they'd be like, no, I don't. And then we talk for a bit and they go, you know what? You're right, John. It totally fucked me up for a year. And I go, yeah, because men get fucking, you know, I know that the world is a lot creepier. I know Freud is right about that. And when I looked into why Freud is considered a retard, it's because he offended some feminists. They didn't actually argue him. It's kind of like you and me. Like, you can't argue me. You just, blah. So I was like, holy shit. And I looked at the G in Masonry, that stands for generative principle. And I go, damn. It is all about that sexual energy. As embarrassing as it is to admit, people want to pretend it's not the world, your reality is not about sex. It is. That's why you get a job. That's why you get up in the morning. Isn't that crazy to think about? I always thought sex is not that big of a deal. And now I realized, wait a minute, the ideological subversion of giving porn to young men and making them fucking cowards, that's the best way to take over the system. They took over this. They didn't even conquer us. The ruling class doesn't even conquer us. They just, hey, make everyone a horn dog and a slave to their libido. Right? Mm-hmm. And you know you're a slave to your libido because even if you don't watch porn, you end up watching porn.
Can you give
You
me
see
an
what I'm
example?
saying?
Can
for
you give me?
Even the men who don't watch porn, they end up cracking. It happens rare if they're good, but it's that powerful. And I'm
Wait,
like,
but how do you
I don't
end up
think
watching
porn is that
when you
addictive.
don't?
I don't think porn is that addictive. I think it's because we got penetrated as children that made it so addictive. Because if it happened as an adult, we'd have more control. But it's because it got us as kids. That's what shattered our minds, right? And when you start seeing everything based around sexuality and stuff like that, you actually start to fill in your problems in life. Like, for example, I started reading for the first time in my life a year and a half ago, and I can't even do TV, movies, nothing. I just got to read or audiobook, and all that came from
Really? Wait, Zherka. Okay, no, let's talk about something real.
You know, my brother is a
Zherka.
therapist. He's like, you gotta look into these guys. They're better than Jordan Peterson. Peterson repackages their work.
Okay, Zherka. This is boring. I got a real conversation topic.
So hold on, Steven.
Yeah.
I love the hair.
Thanks. Okay, curious.
But why did you make a penis on Factoria? Is everything really about phallic objects?
Curious. What do you think about Andrew Tate? Do you think he's a sex
Honestly,
trafficker?
I didn't look into it that much, but why a lot of people got mad that I'm not hardcore defending is I'll never defend a pimp. You know, I worked with pimps. I worked with pimps my whole life.
Wait, so do you?
And even if they're innocent, I feel
Hey, I'm gonna
ungodly.
kick you if you can't have a real conversation. Okay, I can't do
What?
this right now.
What are you talking
I need you
about?
to act like a real fucking human being, okay, and not a fucking
What?
animal.
Do I
okay?
think he's innocent?
No, stop. Focus your
What?
fucking brain, okay? Go pop another Adderall, whatever the fuck you need to do, okay? Are you focused?
Ask the question, bro.
Can you answer that question? Are you focused? Can you answer a single fucking question in your life?
Okay, what? Yes, I am.
Okay, all right. Do you think Andrew Tate was a sex trafficker?
No.
Okay. When you say he was a pimp, what do you mean by that?
I mean, a pimp gets into weird sexual situations that makes them never innocent, so it's impossible to defend them.
Okay, wait.
But
Hold on. What is a pimp to you? What does that mean?
A pimp is someone who has bitches that work for him, and he gets a cut. Right?
Okay.
Isn't that what he does?
So you think he did like?
It's not. I mean, to me, I get it's wrong, but is it legally trafficking? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah. Do you know anything about the case or anything?
Not that much, but it does look like I see the red pill guys exploding with excitement, like they know they're right. So I'm like, whoa, why are they so confident? So I don't know. Like, is there? I know you think he's completely guilty, right?
We're skipping a lab versus Kelly Jean panel. Wait, hold on. Where?
Okay.
What?
I'm gonna go. Bye, guys.
Yeah, wait. Come back tomorrow, and I'll just ban if fuck retards join this fucking chat. Okay, sorry. I don't know why Zherka can't be today. My bad.
Wait, is he guilty or not?
I think he is, obviously, yeah.
But why?
I think his modus operandi or whatever was he would be very flirty with girls, foreign girls. He'd try to get them to like basically fall for him as hard as possible. He'd basically lure them into thinking that they were coming out for an exclusive relationship / some proposal of marriage. And then once they were there, he would slowly work these kind of like fresh girls into his sex webcamming business. And he would use his more established women to like ease them into the lifestyle until they were basically working as prostitutes for him. Or cam girls, not prostitutes, like cam girls.
Well, if it's that, wouldn't that be good news for Andrew Tate? That sounds like a lot of gray area of like, oh, maybe he wants, like.
Well, it's not gray area. It's pretty explicit that if you're luring somebody to another country under false pretenses, using deceptive means, for the purposes of exploiting them via sex work, that's considered sex trafficking.
Wouldn't his lawyer say you could never actually say what his intentions are? He could have wanted just.
What do you mean? When you hold on.
No,
Shut the fuck up! Don't cut me off, and don't say a retarded fucking question, and then cut me off when I try to answer the question. Okay? So when you say we can never say what somebody's intentions are, ascertaining somebody's intentions are a big part of criminal convictions. It's arguably the only thing that matters for a criminal conviction is the intention. Right? You have to be of a certain state of mind to have committed a crime. If somebody were to kill somebody in their sleep, they wouldn't be guilty of a crime, would they? No, right?
Okay.
So you collect evidence.
The lover boy argument. That's
yeah,
your
yeah. So you collect evidence to try to figure out a person's state of mind to see what their intention was. when they were talking to people. It's how we assign murder charges to people, or theft, or any other type of like criminal conviction. Requires a certain state of mind, right?
Yeah, but it doesn't feel that strong of a case to me. I don't know.
What doesn't feel strong about it?
Because I would want to see a text message that says like, "Yo, I totally got the bitch."
So if there are text messages, what if there are text messages talking to like the other women that he manages, telling them to like get these other women on board with like with like doing OnlyFans and all that shit, and how to work them in? And what if there's like recorded conversations of him saying like, this is how I like get a girl down here, and I make another girl pretend that we don't know each other very well, and then she tries to like get the girl to like do cam work and all this stuff. Does that sound like a little bit weird or no?
Yeah, then you'd be right. But in my world, it's like the bitch is an adult, right?
Yeah,
Can't
sometimes.
she just make up her own mind if she wants to do sex work or not? Like,
Okay, so do you think you should be able to scam adults since they're all adults? Is there such thing as phishing or scamming of elderly people or anything like that? Is it okay since you're an adult and you can always...
I don't really believe there's many ethical sales tactics. I think 80% of sales is scamming. I think 80% of relationships.
Okay, so then
is
why not
the
just say?
main-
Okay, so then
Hold
why
on,
not
Steven,
just say? Why not just?
2%.
I
Hold
know
on,
you're
Steven.
gonna say some dumb shit. I don't care.
No.
Why not just
Most
say? Wait. Why not just say?
relationships
Why not just say?
scamming
Yeah.
good-
Why not just save me the trouble? Okay, I'm telling you how to be a polite person. And when I ask you a question like, "Hey, do you think this qualifies as like scamming or not?" Like, "Oh no." Instead of giving some bullshit answer like, "No," just like, "Oh," just say like, "Oh no, I don't believe that scamming is even real, Steven. So I'm probably not a good person to have this conversation with because I'm about to give some dumb fuck retarded opinion about how everything in life is a scam."
Steven, you agree most relationships is the guy pretending he's the shit and scamming her.
I don't think that.
You
I don't
think men are
that's the same.
scamming the girls they date?
That's not the same as scamming.
That's literally the fucking same.
That's not the same. You fucking retard. That's not a
You
scam.
pretend you're the shit, but you're really a nobody,
That's
and you
not a scam. That's not a
No,
scam.
because she falls in love and finds
not-
out you're not the shit, but she's stuck.
Yeah, that's not a scam, Zherka. But okay. Anything else? I'm gonna watch this panel.
You would be less okay
Oh, I'm
what
gonna
they
watch
want.
you, okay?
You said
Okay.
you would be
I love
okay
you.
with it.
I don't love you,
immediately, then
but
said-
I do
now
love
you're
you. Be
saying
careful.
If you were a kid,
God
you would be okay with it.
loves
I
you,
think
Steven.
kids probably would be
That's all that
okay with
matters.
it.
Okay.